once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, handsome Jackie Jones, the most honest man in all the podcasting, along with my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Headyverse.
1 inch biceps, the power go.
All right.
That man who tells you what to do, boss baby, all that good stuff. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweater my mom bought me. She bought it for me for Christmas, but she gave it to me early. She said, you should wear it now, leading into Christmas. All right. I said, I'll do it. And I'll wear it tonight here for the first time I've ever put it on here. Just for Incher, my boy.
That's what he looked like before.
Mm-hmm. No, this would have been after Incher got me all wet.
Yeah, that's the after. Midnight. This is before.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I was just thinking, if women are like magwas and or like gremlins and they multiply when they get wet, all the women of the Headyverse who watch a show, they're popping up left and right.
Oh my!
If you catch my drift.
Yeah, I don't follow you at all.
Man, they're spilling the drinks on themselves.
Oh, I see.
Boom! So we're live here in Cheer. I'm recording this because I've talked about it for months, and I started doing it. The very slow and long process of getting In Your Head podcasts up. Archiving all these centuries of shows. So I still have like 7 months to go, but I do all of January, February, and March of 2021 on Spotify and iTunes and all those platforms. So go and subscribe, and you'll start to see all these shows popping up. It's been going pretty good. I've been doing about a month a night, so we should get the rest of them up within a week, I think. And then after that, probably start next week, every Wednesday. If you missed the YouTube version, it'll come on your iTunes on Wednesday.
Excellent.
Or whatever podcast platform you like.
Good work.
Yes. And a big thanks to some fine folks, because it also does cost a little bit to archive all this stuff. After I do all 2001 and keep it updated, I'm going to go back and get all the pre-2019 shows, which will take a long time. But thanks to the fine folks who donated some money. Mike Fink, and I'll get the other name before the end of the show. But I want to thank them for donating some cash, and anyone else who would like to do so, it would be appreciated. It will go towards funding the podcast. But anyway, also I put in Without Your Head was accepted to Spotify video, which I was very excited about. It's like Joe Rogan was the first. I think it was the first show. I think it was the only show for a long time on Spotify that was in video. I could be wrong there, but it's most well known anyway. And I got an invite to put our shows up. And so I put in for Without Your Head, and after it took a little while, but it was accepted. And so I started putting them up last week, and I got the invite this week for In Your Head. And so I submitted it, and we'll see if they accept In Your Head.
Excellent.
If the only issue is these 4 or 5 hour shows are going to be a bitch to upload to Spotify, because it takes a long time to upload an hour one, but we'll find out.
I'm kind of nervous. We're going to have to up our game here for the Spotify.
I know. Well, do you think we have to edit anything, or I don't know? I mean, Joe Rogan, he says a lot of crazy stuff, so we'd probably be fine.
Hopefully, no editing.
Yeah.
Maybe
just no Tazo calls or something. I don't know.
And maybe the stipulation they give us, no Tazo calls. Yeah. Which who could blame them? I mean.
Right, the Tazo free. Maybe that'll go up on the.
I think we need
Patreon. It'll be the Tazo shows.
A parental advisory kind of or we do not agree with the
views of
Tazo the Greek.
Mm-hmm.
in the chat room here, while you're looking for the other name that made a generous donation, Galgo13 says Jack's sweater is awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, my mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
It says, do not feed after midnight on the bottom of the sweater. Can't quite see it. But eventually I'm going to move all this up. I'm saying this for a while too. Move this all upstairs because I'm in the basement and it gets very cold. I've got my little heater down here.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Fink was one, and Stephen Simmons. So thanks to both of you fine fellows for helping out. It costs a lot to keep all the shows archived. People suggested moving to Patreon, but I personally would rather have people be able to hear the show than necessarily make money off the old shows. So if it's on Patreon, only people who actually do subscribe would hear them, and that's cool, and I would appreciate it. But I don't want like all our old like Harley race interviews and stuff only, for people doing it. I'd like it up there for everyone to be able to check them out. Mm-hmm. That's my personal thought anyway. So they'll be up anyway if you don't, but if you'd like to, you can donate. All righty. So we're going to talk about the wrestling.
Wrestling. Did anything happen in the wrestling last week? I think some stuff happened.
Yeah, there was the big pay-per-view intro, the PPV as the kids call it.
Mm-hmm. And it stands true to its word. It is a pay-per.
It is. I was part of an AEW group for I lasted about as long as Lexar's first run on Facebook, but not for similar reasons. I wasn't going wooka wooka, whipping out the wee wee or nothing. It was so it was on there. And for one thing, it was just nonstop people asking for links on how to get the pay-per-view and bitching about how expensive it was and how to get it for free. And then people like myself and other people were like, if you're actually a supporter of the product, buy it. And then they're like, I ain't going to pay that. And I was just like, oh God, I hate this. Is annoying. Like, if you are going to do that, don't just ask for it out in the open and think, you've got to at least know that's not supporting the product at the very least. But that's a whole other side thing. I do think a lot of young people today think, getting torrents or these kind of websites is the same as just buying some. It's just a cheaper way, and they don't even see anything wrong with it. But then after that, I mentioned one match I didn't think was. I didn't really even rip it apart. I just thought it was the worst match of the show, and people were pissed, so I ended up leaving the AEW group. But we will go over the Full Gear show.
Out of the AEW group chat from In Your Head message?
No, it was a Facebook group.
Facebook group?
Oh, no, the chat I was part of during the last show. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
But I was part of a whole group just dedicated to AEW. Someone added me, and they add you, even if you don't accept, you just get like, and then even after I left, I just kept getting all the notifications from it. So yeah, I had to like block it. I don't know. Facebook's kind of annoying with things like that.
They do kill you with the updates.
Right. So I did not see the Shida and Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose match. That was on the pre-show. I did not see that one. So I don't know if that was good or what.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one either. That was on the pre-show, and I didn't start watching until 8. So
yeah, I was doing a Q&A. So I missed that. MJF to open the show. MJF, they started hot for the pay-per-view itself, but really there was no match. It didn't have like a story going in, which is good because sometimes, you go into the pay-per-views, especially more the WWE ones, I think, where they only have a story for maybe like the top match or so. But anyway, you had MJF versus Darby Allin, which was a match I was really looking forward to. And to me, it lived up to my expectations. I didn't even realize, looking here, it went 22 minutes.
22 minutes.
Yeah. Really good match. Both guys, I'm a big fan of both guys. You have MJF, just one of the best heels in the business. And I think he's underrated as a wrestler. Like, he doesn't do a lot of flashy stuff, but that doesn't matter to me, especially as a heel. And but he does like the basics really well and knows how to get heat in the match. And then Darby Allin, to me, is right up there with the best of the best, especially the high flying guys, because all his dives and stuff look like he's really trying to take someone out. And it looks like he is, doesn't have regard for his body, which is probably true. But his stuff to me is above a lot of the other guys as far as dives go, and a great baby face because you really want to cheer for him. And to me, the right guy went over MJF because big fan of both guys. And I said this going in, I think MJF's character is more the guy that really needs to he kind of sneaks out the victories, and Darby Allin, he's going to be over if he doesn't win all his matches. That I'm not saying be a loser, but he doesn't need to win all his matches. So big fan of this one.
The chat room's accusing me of piracy right now.
Oh man.
And I had to tell them that I bought all of my Dreamcast games. There might have been some emulators that I downloaded for the Dreamcast, but anyhow, yes, Darby Allin, MJF, great match, good stuff. Enjoyed seeing them. The feud.
Yeah. I would like to.
Hopefully, we get more.
This continuing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do think going forward, we're going to see MJF eventually in the world title picture. To me, they're kind of elevating him. They do that well to me in AEW. They're elevating other people on the card while they have the champ versus someone, and that works because then you have guys that can get slotted into the title picture role, as opposed to just two main event guys just fighting for the title forever, and then just out of the blue someone gets a world a top push without ever really doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
The Lucha Bros versus FTR. This match was insane. Lots of wildness. I thought it was great. I do think, and I'm not someone who always says, I do think they kicked out of too much stuff. But it was fantastic, except for I thought the finish was very strange and not particularly good. I get what they're going for. They had FTR put on do the mask thing, kind of like the old Killer Bees thing, where they would be able to interchange. So the wrong guy tags in. And really, honestly, this idea should have worked. I just don't think it worked very well. Was the heels are cheating, but the cheating actually backfires and they lose. In theory, I think that's a cool finish, but I just don't think it worked well in execution. Yeah. And I don't know why. I don't think it was anyone's fault. I just think it was a better idea than it was an actual finish. Probably should have just did a regular hot finish, a big move and pin them. But they were trying to do something creative, so it was still good though.
Yeah.
And like you said last week, it's probably too early to take the belts off the Lucha Bros, but I think FTR will eventually get them.
Yeah, but they just got the belts, and it seems like if FTR would have taken them off them right now, it would be too soon.
Yeah.
Especially after seeing like Penta celebrating and bringing his daughter into the ring, and then just to have a title reign that short would be, I don't know, kind of depressing for me.
To me, I do see a lot of the people who criticize AEW for things, even a lot of the older wrestlers and stuff, is they really want so many of the storylines to happen like super early, like everyone to get the belts right away as soon as they come in. And to me, I'd like to see the story progress.
Yeah.
Instead of just burning through everything right away. Bryan Danielson versus Miro. To me, this was one of the best until the finish seemed a little off to me, but the match itself was great. You had the Miro, the big dude, beating down Danielson. Danielson is in amazing shape. I mean, he's never been in bad shape, but I think he's really gotten like super cut. I think he seems really motivated in AEW and seems to have fun doing the matches he likes to wrestle.
It helps when you're not miserable.
Yeah. And I think for anyone, I mean, you could never say he was a bad wrestler in WWE either, but you do see a different guy, I think, in AEW.
Oh, for
He's
sure.
really having some, to me, great
Mhm.
matches. Another one I would like to see. I'd like to see more of these two guys working together, which we probably will at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely like to see him hook up again. And you know, do you think there's any way they could carry on the feud with them, or do you think Daniels has to be moved?
Probably
into
not
the
right
title
now
picture?
because since it was the end of the tournament, you probably had
Yeah.
Danielson go, but you could always pick it back up. At another point.
Hmm.
But it was really good. I like the I think Miro's character stuff is great all around now. And I actually even like the neck of sand kind of thing where he has this one weakness because he's like this all around just like machine, but he has the one weakness. He has the bad neck, and I like that. It's kind of like a comic book thing where it's his kryptonite is the bad neck.
Yeah.
So you always have that built in the match. The guys can try to work the neck because they know that's the one weakness. It's like they're gonna go shoot the one, the Death Star. Every time they rebuild it, they still leave that one place where you can detonate the whole thing.
Or maybe you could bring Lana in and just have like a vignette on the back where
Maybe
she's hitting his neck.
neck.
She's hitting the neck with the kendo stick or something.
Mm-hmm. I assume we're gonna see her eventually, which I am all for, because if you had only seen her like run in the last couple of years, you'd probably think she's worthless. But when she was with Miro in their original stuff, for a while, I actually thought she was the star of the team until Miro really came to his own. But together, especially when she was doing the Russian thing, I think they're just fantastic together. And just keep her out of the ring. Just keep her as manager. Not everyone needs to wrestle. Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express versus the Superkliq, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. I will say this: there was nothing wrong with this match, but to me, having this match right after the Danielson match, it really showed the contrast of styles in wrestling. I came to accept the newer style where you could tell the guys are working together to do cool stuff. And this match is really all about that. It's very clear that all these guys are working together to do cool things. I mean, that's fine because I know wrestling's not real, but I do prefer the previous style, the previous matches style where it looks like these guys are actually trying to take each other out. So to me, you really saw the contrast here, but it was very fun. And it's also something to be said about having different styles on the show. I always thought WCW was at its best when you had all different. You had the Super Luchas, you had the Luchadors, or the Super Juniors, they called them, like Jericho and Dean Malenko. And then you had the Luchadors, and you had some hardcore stuff and tag teams. And then you had the big storylines with the NWO. So you had a big mix of stuff. And we're starting to get that in AEW. It used to be really all this kind of style, but now we're starting to see some different styles.
Yeah. Give you a little bit of everything. Makes for a good show. But I understand what you're saying, though. It does seem like sometimes that the people are just feeding into the spot rather than actually competing at times,
Yeah.
So
I've got to say this. Everyone knows I was not a fan of them signing Christian, but I can't say he does. I don't think he outworks anyway, but he does work hard and he tries hard and he never has bad matches. But yeah, I think you've got to do something else with him. He doesn't fit with Jurassic Express at all. I don't think. Honestly, I think he needs a heel turn. I think he'd be better as a heel. And I would turn. I think you got to. I think they will eventually. It's kind of where they're leading because they've shown little bit of glimpses. Well, actually, some people thought Young Bucks were turning babyface, but we'll get to that. I don't really think they are. But I would turn Adam Cole babyface. The crowd loves him. He gets this huge reaction when he does the Bebe thing. When he's part of this group, he does seem, I think he's a guy that could be, a top guy. So if he's part of this group, it's always going to be Kenny above him. I think I would turn him babyface.
But Kenny, he might have had a bit of a slip, so maybe there is somebody coming up.
I do think there's more. I do think there's more to this whole story, going forward. So. Anyway, this was good though. It's a good match. It was crazy. Again, I thought the finish was a little lackluster compared to all the craziness they did. And he just kind of hit him with the chair when they're laying out outside. But
yeah.
This next match to me was really ruined. And I can't necessarily blame the crowd. Well, I do blame. I don't know why they hate Cody so much, but to me, this is an example of when you really want to fight the crowd for whatever reason, and that can really ruin the matches. Like, so you had Cody Rhodes and Pac versus Malakai Black and Andrade Idolo, and the crowd absolutely hates Cody, but Cody doesn't change his style. He's still working like he's the babyface, even looking at the crowd pandering.
What has he done to make them hate him so much?
I really don't know. I'm a big fan, but you have to just realize they're not into this, and to me it ruins the match. Because you're watching this match and they're cheering for 3 of the 4 guys. It's not even that they're booing both the other guys; they're just booing the one guy, and he's still looking at the crowd like he's beloved, and he's not. You get the wrong reaction, and you're going to get it going in. It's not like this was one match.
Maybe he is playing off of that Roman Reigns thing where people wanted him to turn so bad, and like he knows.
I do think that's the idea. But I would just
eventually he's just gonna shock everybody and he's gonna turn,
I think that is the heel turn, is keep saying I'm not gonna turn heel. But the problem is he's tagging with another baby face and he's fighting guys that are supposed to be heels. So then you just get this really bizarre reaction. And someone who tunes in who hasn't, it's a pay-per-view, but still, if you watch a show and it's clear this guy's supposed to be like a hero, and they're hating him. It just, to me, it's just bad. Just don't fight the crowd. This it's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, but we'll have to just wait and see where they're going with this whole thing. But I really thought Arn had turned against Cody, but like they're back together and everything.
Yeah, he was just doing the tough love thing. I'd turn them both together, honestly.
Yeah, I think,
or have Cody turn on Arn because the fans love Arn. But
it is amazing, like how Arn has just been used as like just a coach, and he just kind of like for WWE.
I like it. Oh yeah.
And he just I was trying to train her or whatever he was,
right,
WWE, and just used in the back.
Producer, I think they call
whenever he is such a good on-air character. I wasn't really aware of how good of a promo he really is.
I agree. He's one guy I really disagree with Cornette always saying like he doesn't do anything. And I don't agree, because I actually think he's been one of the best babyface managers I've ever seen in wrestling, because he's his coach and he actually coaches during the match. I've never seen really anyone do this before.
And his believability whenever he is doing something is just off the charts, because you believe that's that person that's, angry at Cody.
Oh, yeah.
And he's trying. I mean, he is performing the character to his best ability.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't see how anybody could really have a problem with what Arn.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think they'd be great together as heels. And I also get the idea of maybe you want to keep Arn a baby face because he's beloved. If you do that, though, you would need a new protege for Arn. His son's too green yet to do that. Maybe down the road he wouldn't be, but I don't know who it would be. But if they had someone in mind that could be Arn's protege against Cody, you could do something like that. But or just turn them both. I don't know. But I get the idea of the slow turn. But this one, I do think is needed to actually go with it and just turn them.
I'd be a little leery that they would pick somebody really new still, and that makes me a little scared who they would actually pick.
Yeah,
be his new protege.
Because I'm a huge fan of AEW, but they do have some people that aren't really ready.
Yeah,
to be on TV a lot, and then some guys they stop and go too much with. Like Pillman Jr. was really getting a push again, and like building him up, and I get him losing MJF, but then he's just totally gone from the show, and it's like,
yeah. I guess it is hard to work people in, but I mean, I guess they could work him in on Rampage. I mean, because Rampage could. I mean, I know it's only an hour show, but at least it keeps him relevant.
Yeah, but he hasn't been on for weeks.
Yeah, I haven't seen him either. So yeah.
I think if you're going to keep Andrade with Malakai, which I don't think they are, but if you do, he probably should wrestle with the mask on. I think he would fit better. I don't really get. I don't understand. I'll be honest. He looks cool with the suit and the mask, but I don't understand why he does it. Why he comes out with this black mask and takes it off. I don't get it. I don't really understand anything about him.
I don't know. I guess it's just for his ring introduction, and I like it all right. I think it's unique. You know,
he's getting a little better. Else. I think on promo, like he still can't understand, but he's been funny a few times though. With the
definitely whenever he was making fun of Cody's neck,
that was really good.
That did get a pop out of me, and I know I've been critical of him. So, I hopefully, if he continues down that road, and I just think they need to keep his promos kind of short. You can't have a long promo just yet. I mean, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they can work him into it, but maybe they just got to keep him short at first, and he'll get it as he moves along, I'm sure. So I want him to prove me wrong. I want him to.
Yeah, I do too. I
want him to,
he's good
really
in the ring.
Start cutting good promos. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a hard thing. I mean, for somebody.
I'll give him credit. I think he's definitely working on it.
Mm-hmm.
The next Metro, by the way, when I was in Boston Friday, it was early when I got there, and I saw a guy, and I was like, I think that's a Britt Baker, and he was wearing a Britt Baker t-shirt.
Oh,
just walking around Boston. And I was like, wow, like you barely ever see wrestling shirts, and to see a Britt Baker, I was like, that's pretty badass. That's pretty cool.
Pretty unique, yeah.
Yeah, I went to get a picture, but he got in the car and drove away. Probably thought, who the fuck's this guy? So this
wanting a picture.
This next match, to me was, I don't even think it was terrible or nothing, but I do think it was the worst match of the show. And it was Britt Baker versus Ty Conti. Ty Conti, I'm not going to say is bad, but she's not ready for a pay-per-view title match.
I thought the match was pretty poor too. I thought it really showed how unready she was. And I know they want to work some of the girls into main events, but they're just not ready. It's just all there is for it.
You're not doing anyone a favor.
Yeah, that should be a spot.
I think you're doing a disservice, because if you showcase women just to showcase women, no one wants to see bad wrestling, and then you have some really good women. Even Britt Baker can have really good matches. I think sometimes she doesn't, but she's over. So you have to have her on TV. Well, Ty Conti, I think, is pretty, and she's athletic, but she's not ready in the ring. She's not as bad as some of the other ones they have, but she shouldn't be on a pay-per-view singles title.
No. Here's the stigmatism. We have Chris Masters, who, when he started out his career, he was not a very good wrestler, and they put him into a lot of big spots. So the majority of people still think of Chris Masters as not a very good wrestler, even though I know he has improved tremendously, and he is a pretty good wrestler right now, but he's going to always have that stigmatism where people think of him as a bad wrestler.
I agree, because it's your first impression of the guy. That same way, honestly, I think that's the problem with the new NXT. You're showing all these people when they're like super, super green, and it's going to take a lot to fight that. I don't know why you'd want to put that on TV.
Yeah.
There's a small percentage of people that like that to watch a guy progress, but I mean, majority of people won't. They'll just think these guys they probably just won't either watch it, or they'll watch and just think, man, these guys kind of suck.
So was that the match that you're criticizing?
Yeah, and then people were telling me how great it was, and it just isn't. I mean,
well,
I know everyone has opinions, but it wasn't. I mean, the crowd wasn't into it.
No, it seemed like they were lost at a lot of spots, and just it wasn't a very good match. Now
I think that there's women wrestling fans out there. I'm a fan of women's wrestling. That's good. The last 5 years, there's been a lot of really good women's wrestling. But I think the fans who really just like every woman wrestler, basically, because they're a female wrestler, you're not doing anybody any favors, because obviously they're not all anyone's great. That'd be like saying all men wrestlers are great or whatever. I mean, it's kind of silly. You're not doing them any favors, because if you think someone who's clearly not very good is great, what does it say about those people that are really good? And to me, it just showed they're not ready to have a second women's title, because they don't have enough depth to have a big pay-per-view women's match every month without repeating a lot of the same matches.
Got a few comments in the chat room here. Galgo 13. I hope Miro does not get pulled into a feud with Kip Sabian. I would like to forget Miro and with Kip Sabian.
I will agree with that.
Him. Okay, yeah.
If they did anything, if he just destroyed him, that would be fine.
Yeah. I did like when he just beat him up and he was like,
yeah.
Vince Rudo, he says, Jack's stealing all my ideas again. I'm not sure what that pertains to.
I'm not sure either. He probably doesn't.
I mean, it's highly possible that somebody could just have an idea that somebody else has.
It's impossible. No one.
Oh, it is? Oh, yeah. It's impossible. Oh, I didn't know.
Or it's impossible for more than one person to think, MJF could go on for a title or whatever he thinks.
Yeah. I think the fans do not like it that Cody is hosting reality shows and has his own show. Is from Glogo.
I know in the chat. They've been turned on for a lot longer than that, though.
Yeah, I mean, the show wasn't out yet, so they have.
There's been people in our group who have hated him ever since AEW started. So I don't know.
Is there something we don't know about, like something behind the scenes that, like, I think there's just something about his personality that turns some people off. I don't know. Yeah.
I think they know he's the son of a wrestler. So the thing is, though, if you get your foot in the door for being related to somebody, that's a blessing and a curse, because, okay, you're getting your foot in the door earlier than a lot of other people can, but you also have the spotlight on you. And, I think sometimes it's harder than to succeed. So it's a double-edged sword.
Mighty Lexar, he says, too many cooks in the kitchen in AEW.
I don't even know what that really means, because it really makes no sense, because in WWE you have like 30 writers, and in AEW it's really the one guy. I mean, there's other people who book things. I mean,
I guess he was referring to like all of the executive vice presidents, but
they don't really have power. They don't have power.
Yeah, they've kind of been ousted from that.
And even if they did, it was still only like 5 people.
So
I think it's just some phrase he thought sounded good.
You think like
I'll be honest, I mean, this stuff blows the WWE shows out of the water, in my opinion. There's no comparison to me.
Yeah. I mean, I always have fun watching AEW shows, and
besides a few things like this, I think there is like the Roman Reigns stuff. There's clearly like a direction, a ongoing story. There's certain things, but most of the show just seems like they just do whatever as they go on. Like, I don't even watch show, but I just see stuff people talking about. Like, they put together the Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series match, and like everyone on the Raw team had just moved from SmackDown, and like the Scrap Iron Adam Pearce like put this together, even though I guess he's the general manager of both shows. So why would he care if both his people fought each other? And then like they took out Rey Mysterio. They took out like half the team or almost all the team, but one already, and replaced them. And just seems like a big mess. Like it just keeps changing.
It just, when I watch WWE, it is a chore for the most part. There are bits and pieces of it that I do enjoy, but I mean, like Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch, I do not care.
That's another one. They're fighting the audience. They bring back arguably the most popular woman in the show. After being off a year, they're gonna love her, and then they immediately turn her heel and make her into this weird character that I don't get it. Maybe some people like it, but I've not seen a lot of it, but whenever I see clips of it, I don't get it. I don't think it fits her at all. I don't know.
Seth Rollins with his odd character where he just
That's
wears
just
strange
stupid, I think.
outfits all the time, and he just sometimes he shows hints of just being crazy, and then he comes. It's not. I don't know. I'm not getting it.
I don't get it at all.
Um,
I remember when he was on the Stone Cold thing, and he was like, "Oh, it's this character that can go any direction," but I'm like, it's not really. I don't think it. I don't. That's not a character that you wear goofy jackets.
yeah.
Like that's not a character. I mean, it can be funny for certain people, I guess, but it does that fit like anything we've known about him for years?
I
And
think
that's
his
just your
wife wants to be
character
like
is that
him
you wear
now,
dumb
too.
jackets.
Because like she's taking on the same persona almost, like with
I
her
don't get it.
heel turn. So I don't get it either. But yeah, it's just a chore to watch WWE. When I turn on an AEW show, I'm always kind of feel a little happy inside because I'm going to enjoy this, Maybe
Before we go
not
to
everything, but most of it I'm probably going to enjoy, and the show will go by quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Their show was really long, and honestly, to me, it flew right by. At no point was I like, oh, like God, will this end? But the what you were saying there, Punk did an interview recently, and all the headlines and people are talking about like he said this in a negative way, and he didn't at all. He said that he doesn't like it. The headlines are like CM Punk admits he doesn't like everything in AEW, and immediately when I saw that, I was like, well, I don't either. And I don't think there's ever been a wrestling show that I've loved everything on it every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I loved ECW, but there was a lot of dumb stuff on it. And I loved Nitro, and there's a lot of dumb stuff on it. I loved, NWA back in the 80s, and there's dumb, every show, there was some dumb stuff. So, but then you read it, and he said exactly that. He's like, not everything on the show is for me, but that's what's great. It's, paraphrasing, but something for all the different people. And I was like, yeah, that's great. It's all different styles and it's different stuff. And he had said before, like he personally didn't get Orange Cassidy. He was watching the show, and he said, but you'd be crazy to get rid of that because he's clearly over with the crowd and there's people who love it. So why would you not want something that the people love?
Yeah.
Even if, you personally might not understand it.
Very true. So they just took something that he said and took it out of context.
Right.
And then,
I know this is groundbreaking stuff for the internet. To read a headline where the headline doesn't really match the actual content. Let's see here. Oh, next match. The only thing I'd say was it was short, but actually it worked for me. This is the wrestling I like to watch. CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston. Two guys just fighting. Tons of passion. The crowd is split. The people love Eddie Kingston so much. He actually got the crowd to boo Punk at one point in time, but they're chanting for both guys. And
that was interesting.
I didn't know who was going to win. The great visual with the blood all over Punk's face, and he's got the big eyes. To me, that's just money. You could show that for a long time. This feud is great. It's really elevated. I think it's in a weird way elevated both guys. It's elevated Eddie to me is like, this is a legit top guy we could use to do something. And it's elevated Punk. Everyone knows he's CM Punk, but it shows when you put CM Punk in something where he can really sink his teeth into it and cut promos where he's got passion. And it's not just a match for the sake of a match. Like, whoa, this is something here. So great.
It kind of shocked me that Eddie got the crowd in his favor. I mean, I know he's good, but I didn't think they would cheer him and kind of boo Punk. I didn't think that could happen, but it happened.
Yeah.
And I loved it, So
I think you're soulless if you watch your show and you don't like Eddie on some level. You have to. There's part of you that even if you want Punk, like I love Punk, but like you can't really root against Eddie at the same time because when like the history and this is last shot and all stuff, like it's like this is because it's real and it's like I don't know. To me, this is stuff that I really like as a wrestling fan, and I like the match. Maybe it wasn't the prettiest match in the world, but it was guys just really looking like they were trying to beat each other. And I will hopefully this isn't the end of it. And I could tell JR felt like me at the end because he was like, I could watch this all day.
Yeah, that's for sure. A few more comments here in the chat. Anthony Uberstar, he says, from what I heard being in the crowd, a ton of AEW marks think Cody is the most likely to go back to Vince.
I do not see that at all.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying he gets that from the crowd, but I don't know. I don't think Cody would go back to Vince. I think he hates Vince at this point. Yeah, I think he talks to Triple H. But I think it's more Triple H venting to Cody, to be honest with you. I think Triple H, fucking father-in-law. Let's see. Jonathan Jackson, what's good for the goose is good for the moose. Moose. The game show Cody is a judge on started in January 2021. Cody should just turn heel. Don't pull a John Cena and stay face. That comes from Golgo 13.
Yeah, we've said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with this part though, where he said the Minneapolis crowd really hated Punk because he quit on wrestling. I mean, they clearly didn't hate him because there was also the dueling chants of CM Punk. And
yeah, that's from Anthony Overstar. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, to me, friggin' that match, fantastic. Hope to see more of it.
Urias Tosh says it was electric bout, so I guess he really enjoyed it. Enjoyed the great fan response from it.
This next match, I'll say this: I both can't say I really liked it because I didn't particularly care for it, but it was also probably better than I expected it to be. And that was the Inner Circle versus the Men of the Year and America's Top Team. Mm-hmm. And it's at the opposite of the other one. I'm fine never seeing this feud again. They can end this one.
Yeah. Is it just that you don't know the people from America Top Team and Dan Lambert?
That is part of it, but I've seen Dan Lambert now for a while and I've not enjoyed him. Enjoy them 1 week, but it's the same thing over and over and over. But even if I knew these guys, they're not good. They're really awful. And I know Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, and I don't think they mesh well, and I don't think they go with these other guys at all.
Do you think they should be separated and they'd be better off like that?
Yeah.
I could see that. Like, I thought Scorpio Sky was good with Frankie Kazarian and
yeah, I preferred that, honestly. I think all three guys are worse off being split up.
Yeah, it is strange. Yeah, I agree. But I'm the fan of Ethan Page. I think he sold the claw pretty well.
That was fantastic. That I guess would put this match over for me. No, there was some good stuff in this, and it was better than I expected it to be. The claw though was great. I love seeing Baron von Raschke. It was a lot of fun. It was funny. Someone on the message board like, it's hard to believe, but Baron von Raschke used to get heat, and I was like, well, considering he played an evil Nazi, it's not very hard. It's more really weird to think about that he's a beloved guy now.
Yeah, and he really hasn't changed characters.
No, he's still he's
They need to make like App Pupil with Baron von Raschke.
that would be maybe they could do it as an angle. He could turn one of the current guys into a Nazi. He could be their mentor, and they eventually turns him, and then he goes after MJF.
Mm. Oh my! I don't know what that was a reference to, but anyhow.
Yeah, he's got that ring.
Yeah, he is. I mean, yeah, probably he thinks his claw's stronger than the ring.
But yeah, that was really that. It was fun. What can you say? It was fun. I'll be up. I know people say we're AEW marks, whatever, but I mean, when they bring in the legends, they almost always are really fun, and they don't, embarrass them and make them look like imbeciles.
I mean, I just don't understand how somebody could watch a show and be like, and is a wrestling fan and be like,
Right.
oh well, this is stupid. I do not understand. Like,
I don't
are
either.
you not
I
seeing
think
the
it's
same thing that I'm
yeah.
seeing? I mean, it works. People just like to bitch to bitch.
Oh yeah, yeah. The internet really, especially if you just hate everything. But the lots of people I've had on over this last year on Without Your Head, if they see wrestling or something, they'll bring up that they watch AEW. It's almost always they watch AEW. And I remember the one guy, he was in the Good Exorcist, this really funny horror comedy, and he was saying that AEW made him a wrestling fan again. He used to watch wrestling. His wife never did, and his wife's favorite guy is Orange Cassidy on the show. And that's come up a few times, which is always weird to me when I see people saying, oh, Orange Cassidy will put off, the casual fan who doesn't like wrestling. In my experience, it's the exact opposite. The people, when they watch it who aren't necessarily wrestling fans and watch it with the wrestling fan, or the guys at Troy's work, all the guys he works with aren't big wrestling fans. They watch it, and that was their favorite guy because they find him funny. He actually appeals to the non-wrestling fans.
But going back to what you said about actors enjoying it, my doppelganger, he was on a show, the Richard Jewell guy.
Yeah.
And he had it changed to where they were going to an AEW show instead of a WWE show because he's friends with people in AEW. So it's kind of neat that he worked the AEW reference in.
Yeah. So did you like this match? I mean, it was good for what it was. I mean, there's probably you probably couldn't have done better with it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah,
and I did like seeing Jericho doing the frog splash. That was nice.
He said he was doing it for Eddie that night. Right?
Yeah, I guess this was where Eddie had his last match. I think in this town.
Probably, I would think it sounds about right.
So, and I think it was the anniversary, maybe of his passing. Because I guess a few people did. Because I didn't see it, but they said Nyla Rose did some kind of Eddie tribute too.
I see.
So that's nice. Big fan of Eddie, and obviously him and Jericho were friends.
Was that where he died? Maybe.
Yeah,
might have been the town where he passed away, but
that was nice. Again, I mean, I know Jericho's fatter than he used to be, but I do think it's weird seeing some of the comments. If you never watched it and you just like read comments about him, you would think he's like King Kong Bundy or something. You think he's like 450 pounds or something, but he's like a little heavier. But I mean, honestly, he's never like super fit. Even when he was young, he always had a little bit of a belly and kind of soft.
Like I hope
I look that good when I'm 50 in my 50s.
I think his issues with his pectoral muscles, I think that it kind of makes him look a little worse. Like if he had the big chest going on still, I mean it's unfortunate, but I think it would help him cover up a lot of that. So
it doesn't bother me to be honest. He looks like an old wrestler, like from back in the days.
He's not a young man. I mean,
I mean, he's in his 50s.
Yeah, so it's like okay. I mean, that's fine.
He wrestles good. He's fun. I enjoy him. So, this next match was great. This again was long-term storytelling. This story's been going on since AEW started, really. Hangman, maybe even before it. Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega for the title. Last week I said going in, like I just assumed Kenny was winning all along. But then they really built Hangman that made me think he might win, which to me is what you want. You don't, you want to be up in the air who's going to win. And they went with it. Hangman Page won. And I thought that was a great moment.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I liked the finish. Rampage, he went to the Young Bucks and he's like, he apologized. Some people had a problem with that. I didn't. Because that they've been friends forever. For years anyway, and then and they're still like not on the same page, but at the same time they're all professional wrestlers and fighters, so I like the idea that there's some type of sportsmanship even if they don't like each other and they're bad guys, and they're like, we cost him the title before he cost us the title. This time we're just going to stay out of it. They came out and they nodded, They're like, they didn't necessarily like it, but they're just gonna stay out of it. And that worked for me. I liked it.
Yeah. Could it be a thing where they haven't really worked in Kenny's injury into the storyline?
No. I think maybe you just won't see Kenny for a little while after this, and then keep him off TV for a little bit, bring him back. What you could do, keep him off TV for a little bit. The group is really now Adam Page and the Young Bucks. And then when Kenny comes back, it's like, hey, buddy, this is my group, not your group. While he's off TV, you build up Adam Page as the leader. I mean, there's lots of things you could do.
Yeah. Galgo 13 says, I know Pillman Sr. passed away in Minnesota. Do not remember where Eddie passed away. Stephen Butler, he says, Eddie died November 13th, 2005.
So it was the anniversary.
Yeah, and Eddie died in Minneapolis. So
it was the same town, yeah, or the same city.
No, but yeah. So Kenny Omega, he has an injury. Dave Meltzer was reporting that
I think Eddie got hurt. Eddie Kingston, I think, got hurt too.
Oh, Eddie Kingston got hurt as well. Oh, that's no good.
No,
but they were saying that Kenny couldn't even lift anything.
Yeah,
like
I think he's been hurt. Going into the match.
Yeah, he's been hurt for several months now. So
Cody Khan said that all along when he started AEW, these were the four he had planned out for these first four champions in that order. That was
really
long term.
Well, we didn't know if he was working off a long-term plan, but apparently he is.
Yeah.
But at least he can adjust to, changes if there was any,
Yeah.
It's not like it doesn't feel like a forced thing. Like,
no.
So.
And I'm happy with the, I hope they just keep the drinking thing off Hangman Page. I never really cared for it. I don't think it add anything to the character. A lot of times it was kind of silly, like he would literally come down to the ring with the drink and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you have a guy in the company in rehab and possibly probably other guys that should be, and it's been a problem in wrestling. Yeah, you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's better off without it.
Yeah, especially now that he's the champion. I mean, they could have had that storyline just saying like he was bummed about losing the belt the first time to Jericho, and maybe he's rebounded now, and I guess this is going to lead into, Hangman versus Bryan Danielson,
which is that'll be great.
I think that would be some pretty good matches.
I'd keep the belt on Hangman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would really help elevate Hangman on a page. Having not even just having matches with Bryan Danielson, but putting him over Bryan Danielson, I think that really puts him over to a bigger audience.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not against Bryan Danielson either.
Matches, I think, but
I'm not against Bryan Danielson winning the belt either and flip flopping it, a couple times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we haven't really seen that yet with the AEW title, where a guy wins it, then the guy wins it back.
Yeah. So
I don't like to see that done a lot, but though they never do it, it works.
Looking forward to it.
I am too. And I like that they do 4 pay-per-views a year. Because not that I wouldn't want to see more of them, but I think it does keep them special when you build, to one every 3 months, as opposed to having to come up with a big pay-per-view match every month. So overall, to me, that was a couple things like the women's match. Probably only the women's match I would say wasn't particularly good. Everything else, great to me. This was a hell of a show.
For sure. Enjoyed it. Good times.
They're starting to get so many really A-list talent, and not just A-list, but guys that are over. A lot of the people I loved, to even make the show, like Orange Cassidy, who was, a mainstay not that long ago. So
we missed the announcement of Jay Lethal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. But go on.
I do have a problem with how the intro music that they brought him out to.
Oh, the old Mitchie, yeah.
it's kind of a machismo-esque tune that they had going on.
Yeah, I would stay away from that, but yeah.
Don't do that, AEW. Just that gimmick is just okay. It's kind of funny.
It was funny, but he's better than that.
News now.
Yeah,
it
really limits where you're going to be on the show, on the card, if you're Black Machismo.
Yeah, for sure. So please don't go that route.
I'm really happy for him though.
I think that's definitely an ROH talent that they needed to bring in for sure. That was kind of a no-brainer for me. I mean, he's at that right age. I mean, he's got a lot of momentum behind him, and he was the one of the longest reigning ROH champions. I mean, he got the
and he stayed loyal to the company until they just didn't.
Till they had to let everybody go.
Yeah.
So. But I mean, I know AEW can't hire everybody, but I want to see people in the company, but it's like you're just going to have so many people in one company. It's like you don't want to see them pushed away where they can't do anything, So it's like I don't know. I don't know who else AEW will hire.
Yeah, I know. It's like there's lots of people that I would like to see, and I'm glad for him. Like I would like to see I actually think Brody, I mean, he's not like a huge name, but I think Brody King would be good with like the House of Black. I think the tag team, the Briscoe brothers, so many dream matches, and then you've got other people who are getting let go by WWE, and it's like they'll probably try Keith Lee, and then it's like you hate to pass up Karrion Kross and Scarlett if he can bring them in. But you get to the point like how many people, maybe Bray Wyatt. So it's like how many guys? It'd be great to have them all, but it's how much, how do you showcase everybody?
Yeah, I don't see how you can, I mean, but it's like if they pass on people, I know they're going to catch hell for that, like if they start. But I mean, they're also going to get hell for not using people, like how could you not use a Keith Lee? How could you not use, Bray Wyatt? I know they're acting like he was pretty much a done deal where he was.
Yeah, now he's saying that he was never even in talks, which seems very odd to me. I don't know.
Maybe he's just trying to make it a big surprise still or something.
Yeah, I guess he's going to do a movie.
Yeah. Is that what's he going to be, an actor, or is he going to try to?
He's going to be in a horror movie. I guess he's already signed to do it.
Okay.
Which it's probably some horror. Probably a horror movie maker is a big fan of his wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? It could be awful, but I don't know. Try it out.
Never know. Maybe he could transition into being like a horror movie actor or something there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'd probably be good, and they make so many horror movies now, especially independent stuff, and with the rise of streaming sites, they're always on the outlook for content. So even if you're not an A-list actor, you can make a good living doing that.
Yeah, for sure. And like I say, that the talking parts is normally his strongest suit. So. It's like when he had to wrestle, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great, I mean, he had some good stuff, but who knows? I think he's just trying to cover up and make it like where it's a big surprise when he comes in.
Yeah, I like that anyway.
And Ceruto, Briscoes don't like. Oh, I can't read that. I started into that one without reading it before. I'm sorry. Yeah. AEW should hire everyone they can. You can never have enough talent besides WCW and WWF in the late 90s. AEW has one of the most impressive rosters in wrestling.
I agree with that. And you can have too many people that you can use. But I don't think it's like a lot of people think they're going to go bankrupt hiring all these people, because that's not what happened with WCW. They had enough money to pay all those people. It's just, they lost money in other things.
And Vince Russo does say, it's a comment I can actually read, Jack wants more WWE style title reigns. What does he mean by that?
He's doing the clickbait stuff where you take a clip, a little bit of what someone said, and take it totally out of context to change the meaning. Because I said that they don't do the swapping titles, which I like, but since they don't do it a lot, if you actually did it with Bryan Danielson and Hangman Page, it would work, because we don't see it all the time.
The Glow 13, he adds, even Mark Henry is being used correctly in AEW.
Lord.
The time for talk is over.
That's
it's
true.
Time for the main event.
I don't think that's like paying like a Walmart greeter, like huge sum of money.
Maybe they're not paying him a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I said this last. I do think those few guys, him, Big Show, and Christian, they should thank whoever they look up to that they got in there when they did, before all these other people were available. Because otherwise, I don't know if we'd be seeing them there.
Most definitely.
I wouldn't have at the time, but I also don't have $1 billion to make these decisions. So whatever, good for them. Maybe they're helping people out. I don't know. Yeah. But I am happy that I don't need to see, at least I'm not seeing the Big Show. I don't need to see him wrestle all the time. Still, eventually though, Inchert, maybe we can get this Billy Gunn Big Show match you've been dying to see.
I can't recall dying to see that one, but okay. Yeah. Damn Billy Gunn and the Gun Club.
That's another thing. Like, I'm not really wanting to see a whole bunch of them, but it's like they're on TV and they do little angles, like, and then you don't see. They had that win against someone once in the main event. It was like a 6-man tag where one of the Gun kids pinned somebody, and you thought it was unleashed somewhere. Then you didn't see him again on TV for months, and then you saw him, turn on the Big Show. Then you never saw him again. It's like, what the hell is the point of it?
Jack fears clickbait from Mighty Lexar. He does. He doesn't like the clickbaity stuff.
Well, I would hope no one really like. Well, I don't know why. Who would be in favor of that? Unless you're like.
I mean, I have been drawn in by the clickbait.
Yeah, but you're not a fan of it. Do you love it? You're like, yes.
Once I figure it out that I have been had, it is very, very infuriating. Are you doing the claw like Baron Von?
Yeah, I'm doing we're gonna do. I haven't done this for a while. An on-air selfie.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Right.
You think people want to Zoom us?
What? Oh, you mean like zoom into the show? I thought it was some kind of nasty thing. I was like, man, what the hell kind of videos you watching? Talking about dirty deeds or something. All right, let's zoom them in. Cheap. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. There he is.
There's the man.
He's been patiently waiting. He's thinking, when is this crap over with so I can get to my Raw review?
He's the man who still loves the Raw. Him and Lexar. Steven! Yeah! Ah! Super Steven!
Superman! How's it going, Steve?
Oh, it's going pretty good. Sometimes feel I should be like Marlon Brando. Just give me my cue cards and I'll do my lines.
Yeah, that is like the one that he was wearing because it's like the metallic look to it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, you have any opinions on the AEW pay-per-view before we get to the Raw report?
I would basically agree with basically everything you guys said. I thought that was a fantastic show. Every match was really good. Probably just by default, I would say the I wouldn't even call it the worst match, maybe just not the best one.
I would
Was the
agree with
women's
that. I would agree
match,
with that. Yeah.
you know. And like Ty Conti, well, she's a nice looking young lady, but she's not going to be
does
world
have that
champion. So, but yeah, I enjoyed. And I like a good fight, and that's basically CM Punk and Kingston, just a nice fight amongst that match. And just because I'm an old school wrestling fan, I also really enjoyed
Yes.
the Baron.
Man, he did the brain claw. Incher's the master of the testicular claw, but he gave the brain claw.
Yeah.
What? I've never done that move.
What?
What you're talking about?
Yeah, keep in mind, Baron's 81 years old. I think
81 years young, I say.
He was with the AWA right to the very end in 91, so he would have been like 51 years old. And then 2 years later, he was at the very first Slamboree pay-per-view for WCW. He teamed with Ivan Koloff. He would have been 53. He teamed with Ivan Koloff to take on Thunderbolt Patterson and Brad Armstrong. It was a bad match. It was a pretty awful match.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing, though. See, I grew up watching Baron, but it was in his later years. And to think he was probably in his late 40s and then early 50s retired. And if you compare that, nothing against Baron, but to like Jericho now 51.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho's a much better performer. Nothing against the Baron at that time.
Yeah. I first started watching Baron, back in the 70s. And I think he was working for Jim Crockett at the time. But yeah, I've been watching him my entire Baron. I was looking at Wikipedia. Baron started his career in 1966, the year I was born.
Really? Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You ought to tell him that whenever you see him on a show.
Yeah, we interviewed someone last week, and he had mentioned graduating in 76, graduating high school, and Troy's like, "Oh, that's the year Neil was born," and he was like, "Oh." I could tell, he
didn't like that very much.
Yeah. Michael Bailey Smith, who played Super Freddy in A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5.
Oh, excellent. He's faster than 1,000 bastards or something.
Yeah, he did. I forget, but he did the lines on the show. It was very fun.
Yeah, he did the whole thing. Avenue Uberstar, also known as
Goosey. Goose is on the loose.
Dapper fellas.
Good to see you, Goosey. You're looking dapper.
He's got a pretty blue shirt on.
Thank you.
I think I have that same shirt, honestly.
Really? Are you saying he stole it from you?
No, I think
broke
I have
in the Incher's
thing.
house. You can't do that because you probably get shot. Incher grab his AR-47.
AR-47?
Yeah.
That's not a gun, is it?
Less dangerous than going to that AEW show this weekend. Jesus Christ.
Would you have a good time?
Yeah, it was a good show. I mean,
good.
Full Gear was awesome. Rampage left a lot to be desired. More generally, it does.
But did it just seem like that everybody was kind of tired at that point?
No, there was nobody. Like the Bucks came out and Cole came out, but that's really about it. Like you had Jungle Boy and Bobby Fish and Dante Martin and Arya Davari, because we got to have the local wrestlers. And
I actually really like Dante Martin. I think this is he doesn't have the greatest look, but he's one of the best high flyers I've seen.
Yeah. And it's
not necessarily a marquee matchup.
No. But they taped dark beforehand, and it was the problem is they have
6-hour show.
It was a fucking 3.5 hour show, and they had like 9 matches for dark, and 8 of them went like 3 minutes because they were all just local jobbers against John Silver.
Yeah.
It's like,
so that's like going back in the old day.
Yeah.
Like the old like Superstars tapings, although they were like 8 hours, but still it's the idea of all the jobber matches, squash matches.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind having one or two, but at some
It
point
can
you
be
gotta,
fun because you showcase the one guy, but you don't want to sit through like the whole show of it.
with how deep of a roster you have, it's like, well, okay, you can have Peter Avalon based, what Brian Nemeth or whatever the fuck his name, it's good. We call them Great Value Ziggler, which was pretty funny, but yeah, you can have those. You don't have them have face, Buck Hodges or the fuck that they were calling one guy.
When I went to school, everybody would tell me I looked like my brother. I'm glad that they didn't start calling me like Great Value.
I used to get the same thing. In fact, a lot of teachers would even call me Troy, and I never thought we looked anything alike.
Yeah, I want to get that either. Dang.
The hell do I know?
Well, that'd be interesting if you grew your hair that long, Jack.
I did have it really long for years, but not for a while.
But no, yeah, Full Gear was fucking awesome. The crowd is quite the interesting crowd. I mentioned earlier in the chat about how that's literally the crowd thinks that Cody Rhodes is a Vince McMahon stooge, and that's why they hate him. That's multiple people told me that. I'm like, okay, that's completely illogical, but
yeah, I don't see how they could think that. I mean,
and people, I was like, why are you booing Punk? And they're like, well, because he quit on wrestling. I was like, WWE was trying to kill the guy. Like, do you remember he had a Mercer?
And when he came back, I mean, he talks about loving pro wrestling,
Yeah. It's just, that crowd is quite, like, they thought, because.
Sorry to interrupt. Here's an old picture. There's me in the middle and my brother Troy. So I clearly don't think we look alike.
Troy was a Browns fan. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's still a Browns fan. I don't know why. And our cousin Ernie.
But like, Orange Cassidy mentioned something on Rampage about chaos or something, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, they're gonna bring in Okada," and I'm like, "Why would they bring in Okada for a fucking throwaway fucking mid card? None of this makes any sense."
I think they're actually part of the group in New Japan. I think the best friends.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not going to bring Okada in for Orange Cassidy versus Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I seen Okada, like he's supposed to be feuding with what's his name there?
Otis.
What's his
name?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, Osprey. Will
Osprey. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I think they're starting a feud.
Whoa. Jackson says, didn't Ziggler's brother kill a man?
Whoa.
They're all about like people who've killed people tonight in the chat room. I seen like
I once killed
Rudo brought up something about Marlon Brando's son killing a person. I don't know not much about.
Oh yeah, that was a big. You don't remember that? That was a big story. Yeah.
But yeah, they're all about it. I don't think that Ryan or is it Ryan or.
Yeah, Ryan Nemeth or something.
Yeah,
he might have another brother too. I don't know. Murderer Nemeth.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about all that. I mean,
you ever kill a man, Goosey?
That's true. I stabbed a guy just to watch him bleed once. That was pretty.
Oh my.
No.
They did make the accusation that I was flirting with Goosey when Goosey first logged on.
You guys would make a cute couple.
Oh. Yeah. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Like to see that.
That's what Vince
meat on meat action.
Yeah.
And in the chat room, but I guess
Geraldine got a big smile when she heard that. Turn her on.
It's funny.
Well, that's what Vince Rudo thinks, but I do not believe I was flirting with Goose.
All right, maybe just wishful thinking on, or maybe Vince Rudo is getting jealous.
Yeah,
Take hands off my boy.
He is kind of like that guy in class who was always throwing the airplanes at the girl he liked,
That's right. Putting
pulling her
earthworm.
pigtails. So
That's
that's
how you
Vince
hit on
Russo
girls
pulling
when you were
my
a kid.
pigtails.
True.
Mhm.
I don't think that's a pigtail he's pulling on.
Oh,
It's on the wrong side of your body for a tail.
Hey, Mighty Lexar's here too. Look at it, Mighty. He's got the CBS
And the return
Sports sign.
CBS Sports sign. He brought it back just for Goosey.
hey! I feel
Everybody wants it back. Tyler Stevens, Rick Chironi,
Geraldine's been wanting it back.
Dobson
Yeah.
Maya. They wanted it back. They're like, bring back the CBS Sports.
Bring it back. Now I feel like you're complete.
But
You have the real XR back.
I still want a ring apron, a wrestling ring apron below it.
Yeah.
Because it's still like fair. So now that Ring of Honor is potentially closing its doors forever, maybe I would like to have one of those.
Well, they're
ring
not, from what I understand, they're not closing the doors forever. So and I'll give them credit. During the pandemic, they didn't fire anybody. Even looks like they're possibly going out of business. They didn't fire anyone out of contract. They just did not renew their contract. Unlike a $1 billion company who made record $250 million profits in one quarter, and they released people from actual contracts. But anyway,
Isn't
they're
the
not going to renew
pandemic
anyone's
still going
contract.
on?
And going forward, supposedly they're going to run shows, but just no one under contract. They're just going to pay people per appearance, which is fine. But you're not. That's someone like Jay Lethal is not going to stay somewhere where hopefully he gets booked and he gets paid, and if not, you don't. And you're not going to be able to really build anybody that way, because if anyone takes off, they'll just sign a contract with somebody.
Most definitely. Oh, Jonathan Jackson's shirtless and he's got the CBS.
Whoa! Oh man, look at the guns.
I figured everybody was going topless tonight, right?
All right.
Gerald,
Take it off.
I wanted to take mine off, but Geraldine said no.
I am good with the.
Whoa.
I'm good with this obey shirt.
Oh, babe.
Okay.
You can send me a picture later on if you want.
Yeah, I can send you a picture right now,
Hell yeah.
You have to censor that one.
We're gonna have to censor the nips.
Oh, yeah.
How are we gonna get on Spotify video now?
Oh, shit. Oh, damn it.
I think the hits are gonna go through the roof now, and sure.
Yep, you got 2 CBS Sports affiliates here. I mean,
Exactly.
what else can you lose?
For mine trio though, yours is just a graphic.
What do you mean? It's right there.
I
No,
see
it's
it.
not.
Looks real. Looks real to me. I
Let's
don't
see
think that's CGI.
It looks
Oh,
pretty
okay.
legit.
I would like to see Johnson Jackson in that brick wall with the AEW logo.
You want to see him in a brick wall? It seems kind of violent.
Whoa.
Whoa, come on, Lexar. What do you do to you?
To call himself, I'm all elite.
All elite.
All righty. So, Mr. Butler, Boot Town. How about bootleg? Bootleg Butler. How did the Raw? That's not a good. This seems like the True Value kind of thing. But what was this Raw review? How did Raw go? What was going on? Let's get the goods. Oh, by the way, Goosey, did you buy an AEW shirt? And if so, who did you buy?
I did not buy a shirt because they didn't have a fucking shirt stand.
Really?
I walked around the arena for hours and they never had there wasn't a shirt stand.
man. I know they're always kind of expensive, but it's kind of cool to get, especially when they have the ones specific to the event.
These were so elite, you couldn't even buy them in the arena.
They gave you with your ticket purchase, they apologized and gave you a buy one, get one free coupon.
Oh, well, that's nice. So that's cool.
So I got a
really-
bump shirt and a Danielson shirt. That'll be
Oh,
cool.
cool. I know back in the day when I went to WrestleMania 14, and when we're walking to get to the thing, a guy was going around with a big garbage bag selling bootleg WrestleMania 14 shirts. And it was
got
pretty
one?
sweet though. Oh yeah, I bought one. It had Steve Austin and Michaels facing off with Mike Tyson behind him. Was that? And
You
it had
still
the whole.
have it?
I think I gave it away in the show. I years ago I did a contest where I gave away old wrestling shirts. And I think that was one I gave away. Unfortunately,
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
exactly. I still have the wheel over there. I will bring it back here. It's fun.
It was pretty funny though, because Friday night after Rampage, we're all there's a couple of us out there. I'm walking back to my car, and it's right by where the wrestlers come out and go right to their hotel, and we're all just standing there. They've got the cage set up so people can't bum rush them, and security there. And Mark Henry comes up, signs a couple autographs, and security guy goes, "You need me to take you back to your hotel, Mark?" He goes, "Nope." He walks right across the street into the strip club.
Who's gonna fuck with Mark Henry?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And then he walked in and said, "It's time for the main event."
Well, he didn't run. He brisk walk. So Mark Henry was on a mission to see some things.
Lexar would have been right
Awesome.
there with him.
Yeah.
Some sexual chocolate. They call me white chocolate.
I'm not white. I'm Hispanic.
I didn't say you were. I said I was.
Yep, we were gonna form a tag team, Milk Chocolate.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a good name.
Oh,
And me and Geraldine will form a tag team of our own.
whoa.
Oh,
Looks like some illegal tagging to me there. Like, the hell's going on there?
It'd be a Max tag thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
A
go.
cappuccino.
Oh,
That's
who we're gonna fight?
cappuccino.
There's
Whoa.
no other girl in here.
Jujubee, but she's got to start zooming in.
Yeah, where's she at?
I don't know.
He's a coward. That's where she is.
We need to return to Jujubee.
She'll never call in.
Why?
I don't know.
Coward.
The
We got Lexar back and the CBS Sports banner back. Now we got to work on Jujubee and President Clinton.
President Clinton, yeah.
And follow me on Facebook, by the way.
Oh, nice. You're a big league now.
Yep.
You big time Lexar over here. All right, so let's get to the Raw report.
Yeah.
So a lot happened on this show. It started off kind of like start and stop. I really didn't. I must admit I didn't like this.
Oh no, this is a bad Raw. When
Yeah,
Steven
if
doesn't
Steven
like
didn't like it, it must have been like unwatchable.
Well,
Oh my, missing sign.
Like it starts off with of all people, Jimmy and Jay Uso from SmackDown attacking Big E, and it's like, where'd these guys come from? And instead now ordinarily an authority figure should just say, "You're on the wrong show, get out, get lost." But does Sonya Deville do this? No, she puts them in a match. And it's the first match. And again, start and stop in Big E and Matt Riddle. Like, where's Randy Orton? Like right away. But of course, he comes in later on. And eventually, but the long and short of it is it ended up in a 6-man tag. Riddle, Orton, and Big E against the Usos and Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins got the win. But I thought,
he was on commentary though. He was on commentary, and like one of the Usos threw Big E into Rollins, and he interfered in the match.
Right, but if the end result was going to be a 6-man tag, and of course you could see this coming from a mile away, why not just book a 6-man tag to begin the show instead of this start and stop and start and stop? I mean, I just thought, and it went a half an hour, by the way. The first half an hour of Monday Night Raw was this all this stuff. I didn't like it. Let's just say that I didn't like it.
They needed Teddy Long so they can make a tag team match.
Yeah, they didn't get Teddy Long out there. Then I would have
It was-
liked it.
It was kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Mm.
just like various stuff we've seen long before. So as I said last week, Bianca Belair is out of the championship title picture for the time being. So they put her in a ring against Tamina, and she beat her in about 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
That's a shame.
I guess she's in a feud now with Doudrop.
That's Intra's favorite.
But after this,
Yeah.
though,
Dewdrop.
yeah. But after this, though, was what for me was the highlight of Monday Night Raw.
It
Becky
turned
Lynch
off.
comes out.
Oh,
Becky Lynch comes out to a babyface reaction. And I thought this was great. She cuts a promo on Charlotte to promote the Survivor Series match. One of the talents actually promoting the upcoming pay-per-view. Oh, that's great. This was a fantastic. I thought this, well, in my opinion, I don't know about you guys. I thought this was a great promo on Charlotte. And it could have been a work, it could have been a shoot, it could have been a combination of both. But I liked it. I thought this is what's missing from, I mean, and I normally I hate promos. Promos in modern wrestling and modern
hate
WWE. I
promos?
can't stand them.
Oh, you mean like modern promo?
Yes, modern promos today. Most of the time, 99% of the time, I can't stand them. But this was really good. This what stood out. And I thought, yeah, it's about I'm actually looking forward to the next Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch match based on this promo. And then unfortunately, when Liv Morgan comes out and she's got the next title shot, I guess, because of that 5-way that she won. So it wasn't. Let's just say that Liv needs more work. Becky did what she could.
Needs more work.
Yes.
That's some
on the mic.
criticism
Got
there,
a pretty
Jack.
sweet ass.
Well, she doesn't need any work there, Jack. That's fine. But she needs more work. on the
Geraldine
mic.
said I did too on a picture on Facebook.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
needs more work on your ass.
No, she said it was that. She said that ass, which I was very excited about.
Ah,
Oh my.
So Intra unfriended me on Facebook, so he doesn't get to see these pictures. Jonathan
Oh
Jack.
really?
No, correction. You unfriended me.
That is true. That is true.
Oh wow.
I will add you back though. If you
We
want to
hate
see
going
Remax
on
and
here.
Remax.
We didn't even know it.
All right.
what's
Well,
going on with the audio soulmates? What's this?
Well, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been years.
And he unfriended me.
Back when we were not getting along, but I think we've been getting along good for the
Yeah.
pandemic brought us back.
Is this like when kids don't add their parents to their social media?
Yeah, I don't want Intra seeing all the stuff I'm posting. I did recently, I won't say what, but I recently was looking up old stuff I posted and deleting it off the internet.
Uh-oh.
I know, like, whenever my mom is threatened that she wants to get a Facebook page, I'm
Not
always
because
like,
of Intra,
please
just because
don't.
I don't want other people seeing. What was that?
well, my mom is like threatened that she wants to start a Facebook account. I'm just thinking, please don't do that.
I am my mom's on my Facebook. I don't care. She knows I'm an idiot.
I try to hide that I'm an idiot to my family. So. But
Man,
sometimes
why?
they see right through it, you know.
Lying to your parents. God dang it, Incher.
The only time it was anything was it was I forget where we were, somewhere. I shouldn't say this, but I was someone posted, the person I was with, about me ingesting some pills and took pictures of me kind of being out there. And she was not happy to see that on Facebook, but I understand that. But
Oh,
I've been
influencer.
on straight edge for 30 months now, so we're all good.
Mhm.
Your mom doesn't
Good
like it
enough.
when you post when you're walking on the train tracks.
Oh, she's fine with that.
I did hear about the recent controversy with you going to a restaurant and they accused you of not tipping.
Mm-hmm.
And I will have to come to your defense on this matter because anytime that we were out at a restaurant, it was yourself and Troy always making it pretty important that a good
Yeah, it's
tip
always
would
something I
be-
always felt. It's something that's installed in me from my mom because she always worked, jobs like that where you need tips and stuff, and you always were treated the people well. So yeah, that was always something my whole family has done. And we've went to this restaurant for years, so it was very strange. And they added the tip on there. Some people misunderstood my post. It wasn't that they added the tip to everybody. Okay, that's if they had the gratuity in, which some places do, okay. But they specifically did us and asked like when did you start doing this? And the guy was like, oh, you never tip, tip. And I was like, oh, I always tip. I was like, oh, you never tip. He's all like belligerent, getting all pissed.
Where
I mean,
he
I-
was from?
What?
Is it foreign?
He is, yeah, it was Chinese restaurant.
Whoa.
He's the same guy yelled at me
Eh.
before I was there with my brother, and I ordered the back when I drank, and I ordered the love potion. It was this drink, and he goes, no love potion for you. You bring a girl, you get love potion, you get Mai Tai, and he went and got me a Mai Tai. But we just thought that was funny. But this was weird.
Some Chinese, some Asian people get offended if you tip them.
Well, they added the tip. They added a 30% gratuity to the tip to the bill. Without even asking. Then he started yelling that we never tip.
Then there is some restaurants that do that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But he only did it to us. It's not everyone. He did it to us
Oh,
specifically, saying because
okay.
we never.
So he hates you then.
We personally never tip, which isn't true. Yeah,
He's
He
got a vendetta
personally
against
hates
you.
you.
Yep.
yeah. So I mean, we've gone there for decades. So,
Do you hit on his wife or something?
not that I know of.
He gave her the tip.
Yeah.
My brother used to call me the Asian persuasion because when we used to go to Chinese restaurants, all the Asian waitresses really would flirt with me and give me extra food and stuff. But that never
Yeah.
happened since I lost weight. They were maybe they thought I was like sumo or something. But
Yokozuna.
Yokozuna's brother.
But I
now
think
they just treat me like anybody.
I think you guys really made me aware that you're supposed to tip whenever you have a hotel room, like when you leave on your last day to leave a tip. I wasn't even aware that you're supposed to leave a tip. So you guys have educated me on the ways of tipping. So I believe that was purely that guy's misconception that you don't tip because you've always made it.
Yeah, it's very weird. Always tip everywhere. And I supported them during the pandemic. It's like a lot of local businesses here, so it's very strange.
Yeah. Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was a good place too.
Mhm.
Going there for ever since I was a kid. Actually, I was different owners then, but it's been under this ownership for probably 15 years now. So it's very strange.
And you never tipped.
Shame on you.
Tipped all the time, even on the takeout during the pandemic. All
You
right.
know, I don't tip them when you pick up food.
I don't tip as much, but I usually leave, especially during the pandemic, I try to leave like $1 or so. I know it's
Yeah.
not a lot.
What? A buck?
On the takeout.
A
But,
whole dollar?
If you
Still.
if it's just me, and it's like $8, it's $8, and I give them $10, I think that's fine. But if you eat there, I always leave 20%.
There's people that give me $10 for making them a coffee.
Well, I think that's
And
ridiculous.
you will give me $1?
I would
But
not
he'd
give
probably-
$10 for a coffee.
He'd
You
probably
could,
tip
if people
Geraldine
expect
on that one.
$10 tip for making a coffee, I mean,
Hey, Canadians tip $10 for making their coffee right, like they want it.
it's
there's
probably just some horny dude like Steven.
No,
Yeah.
it's a woman.
Well, it's
It's
maybe
usually
the horny
women that tip. I don't
$10
know.
for what?
It's
A
kinda
$2
weird.
coffee? Oh,
Probably related to Alexa.
It's kind of weird because they are like, "Oh, you look like you are so exotic." I'm like, with all these clothes on, no, I don't look like exotic. Anyways,
you doing I like your get up here on the Facebook for Halloween.
that's from
Is that what
from
you
my
said?
band.
Were you wearing that? Getting that coffee?
There was some pictures I did for a band called The Witch.
Oh.
Are they like winking at you or
Yeah,
licking
and I
their
have
lips
to-
when they tip you? Like, oh, you're so exotic.
That's a 20. Jonathan Jackson ain't a cheap
$20?
tipper.
Jonathan
He had a
Jackson.
20
Well,
out.
But this is the US. It's not Canadian. You know, this would be like what,
Oh, that's true too.
$6?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know. I think
I don't know the
I
currency.
think they're pretty close now to each
I
other.
think it's like it'd be 17 Canadian.
I don't know.
Yeah, it used to be about. Yeah, I think
I just
they're not that far off anymore.
I don't know. I know if you go.
I know why Steven's always so mellow when I went up to Toronto, because the whole place just you get a contact high as soon as you enter Toronto. There's just like the smog of weed. You just everywhere you go as you smell weed.
But now that is here too, this way, this side too. It's like
Yeah.
that too.
I mean, it's legal here,
Legal.
but it's legal here. But you don't. I don't know. At Toronto, when I was in LA, it was the same way. It was just you just smelt it everywhere.
But they sell these thingies, so they don't smell like weed.
I do not like the odor of marijuana.
No, it smells like.
Smells like
This
skunk.
one smells like blueberry.
Are you smoking the wacky tobacco there, young lady?
I do it at work.
The best place to do it.
Oh, no.
I have to.
Jonathan
Well, 'cause some-
Jackson.
What's up?
Heads or moose?
Oh, you always got to go with moose. With moose, you never lose.
I say you always got to go with head.
Oh, you got it, actually.
Moose never loses.
Everybody
See what-
won.
I'm a
You
fan.
got it. It's the moose.
Yeah, what did I win?
I don't know.
Oh,
Free t-shirt.
Free t-shirt.
He needs it. Clearly, the man's got no clothes.
Pat,
Yeah.
this too.
I'm with Anthony. I couldn't find an AEW shirt, so I'm just shirtless now.
Oh,
You should. I was going to say carve, but you don't have to carve. But you should write in your head across the chest.
Yeah, take a
I
chisel.
gotta find a marker. Just go.
I've got my branding on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like I said, I'd take one to the chest if you bring it.
All right, do it up. Geraldine's already volunteered
For what?
for the brand.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for that.
All right.
Vince Rudo in the chat room says $20 US is equal to 25.16 Canadian dollars.
Oh,
My goodness.
Is this true, Stephen?
Oh
Here's
yes.
I've been using I bought a weight machine.
Oh, yeah.
Getting some definition here in the traps.
there you go.
Yeah.
You'll get there. Just hit the traps. Just bang right there.
Oh, he's
Ooh.
looking like Goldberg.
Davey Woods over here.
Goldberg always had some impressive traps.
That's because he juices.
Pat Steiner.
Goose.
Baron's coming after his ass. I won't say why. All right, Stevie. What else happened on this Raw?
Well, before I continue my Raw report, I'd like to go off on a little tangent. Following up
It's
on
about how much you would like to buy a 1-inch biceps sign fork, isn't it? I think it is. So
25 cents.
$43 in the super chat, and you can have yourself a signed OIB fork.
Very cool. And for the low price of $15, if you send that in, I will make a personalized video for you. Doesn't even have to be about the boogeyman, whatever you would like it to be. Some people call it Cameo. Fuck Cameo. This is Jackie-O. So $15 and I'll make you a personalized video of whatever you want.
For how much?
$15.
Okay, for $10, I'll make whoever a freaking video.
A freaky video.
Will you be naked? Because I'll give you $10.
$10, you got my money.
Goosey's all about
A
it.
freaking video, not a freaky video.
Oh.
I'm trying to insert my money. It's not working.
Yeah. Just take my wallet.
What if we what if we barter videos? I'll give you a video for a video.
Just if you eat the pickle in the video.
All
Whoa,
right.
pickles. What? Whoa.
All right, deal.
You never ate it. I'm still waiting.
I like to make you wait. You know,
I know it's been almost a year, I think.
It's a slow burn. All right, Stephen Butler.
Yes.
It'd be my
What?
it'd be my 40-year-old. When I turn 40, it'd be my present, right?
Or exactly. Oh, Christmas is coming up. That'll be a good Christmas present.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Do you right?
Yeah.
I'll be waiting.
Stuff your stocking with my pickle.
Oh.
All right, Stephen Butler, what's going on in Raw?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, before I continue with Raw, Jack, if I want to donate, can I use the donate button on the In Your Head?
Yes, you can, and all kidding aside, does help pay for the cost of keeping all 17 years of content.
Oh, okay. You might get something from me later on then.
All right, anything helps. We'll do it anyway. I don't want anyone to think it has to be, you have to do anything, but it does help out, and we would appreciate it.
Okay, like I said, before I continue my Raw report, I want to go off on a little tangent following up on what I was saying earlier. This past week, there have been unconfirmed reports that Charlotte Flair is difficult and that, oh, heavens of heavens, there are people that don't want to work with her. Well, what I've been watching, and there was an interview.
The internets.
Yes, even this interview with Charlotte gave, and what I've been reading from Davey Boy Meltzer. My opinion is that Charlotte Flair isn't going anywhere, and that all this stuff is just nonsense. I think Charlotte's going to work her entire contract, whatever it is, and whatever happens after that.
I think if they wanted to get rid of her at all, I mean, they had the shot here when they were firing everybody else.
Yep. So, let's put those rumors to rest. Charlotte Flair's WWE for a while. Yeah. So continuing on with Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw with Victor Schiavone.
There he is.
That's just a shout out for Vic. I'm not trying to cut you off, Mr. Butler. So, I know that intro is always interrupting your Raw review, but we're gonna let it continue here.
So the Street Profits defeat the Alpha Academy. It seemed that at least for 1 week, the Alpha Academy was getting pushed and the Street Profits were going down, but now it's reversed. These two teams just seem to be running in place. They're not really good. Neither one's really going anywhere.
Isn't that like everyone in the show?
Except maybe one or two people. Yeah. And then they had this the tag team segment where split up between two singles matches. You had the Queen Zelina doing her terrible, awful royal accent still. And she should stop doing that as soon as possible. It's awful.
Why does everyone, when they become a king or queen in this case, they always have to do that? Like, it's kind of like if you do one person does it's funny, but I even saw Xavier Woods does it a little bit. Like maybe not too much, but I watched a little video he posted where he's like, he was not skateboarding, but rollerblading around, and he was doing it. And I was just like, I don't know, man. You need to do the lame English accent.
Vince thinks
Booker,
it's funny.
Yeah, Booker was fun. I mean, that was a funny
But you
accent.
can't just everyone just be Booker after that.
But yeah, he should stop there. Yeah, all these ones. Zelina shouldn't be doing it. Xavier Woods shouldn't be doing it. Just
Did
use
Macho
your
Man
regular
do it?
voice.
No, Macho Man didn't do it. Hacksaw Duggan didn't do it. Harley Race didn't do it.
No.
He's
No.
like, oh
Cool.
yeah, I doth proclaim. Dig it.
You know what? Vince gets a kick out of it when it's a person of color. They're like, yeah, that's hilarious. This black guy thinks he's English.
They probably asked Harley Race to do it, and he's like, all right,
And someone comes
I'll
up to
give it a try.
hey, Vince, they do have black people in England. And he's like, what?
Yes. Yes, they do have black people in England, so stop using the phony accents they care about.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, so Zelina Vega defeats Nikki Ash, and then Rhea Ripley defeats Carmelo. Carmelo.
It sounds
Carmella.
like a rip-roaring,
Whatever the hell her name is.
rip-roaring
Carmella.
Mela is
It's money.
Mhm.
I like Caramellos, the candy bar.
Caramellos. I don't know if I've ever had this.
What?
Are those the chunks that are like
They
the
got
caramel
caramel
or
in them.
something?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've had those. Yeah, I've had those.
You still have your big bag of goodies there?
You like to see what's in here?
He calls this his Jack bag because it's his sweets.
We got some
Makes him think
Hershey's. These are good. I just had these the other day. These Tate's chocolate chip cookies.
You're
These are
sweet like me, and they melt in his mouth like me.
Crunch bar.
I don't like when he crunches me. Though. Watch those teeth and
Hershey
I love those.
strawberries.
Mm-mm-mm.
I've never had one of those.
Yabba dabba doo.
Those are
I
good
got my
too.
mom a fruity pebble.
And you have the birthday cake one?
Yeah, I ate that one already.
Yes, good shit in there.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
got
There you go.
not that one.
What's that? A
That's
Shrek
one
Nix?
of- That's a
A
Snicker.
Shrek Nix?
Well, was it
Oh,
backwards?
Snickers. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they
Sure.
satisfy.
Mhm.
Again, like me.
Jesus. Mhm.
Is this all for tonight?
Yeah.
No, he got him he got him at trick or treat during Halloween.
Is that
You're
an
gonna eat
eyeball?
all that?
That's a fireball.
No.
These have been in there forever. I don't really like
You don't have a jawbreaker
them. Do you
in
want
there?
to? Do you want to win some fireballs, Jonathan Jackson?
Only the alcohol kind.
I don't have.
Yeah.
any.
I used to like Fireball.
Oh, I got like 3 of them in there.
You got 3 balls?
Oh.
Oh, lucky.
Sure.
That's
If you
my
have
goodie
3
bag.
balls, do you spew a lot?
I don't know if that it works like that.
By the way, big thanks to Mike Fink and Steven Simmons for donating to the website.
Good man.
That's the current contents of the goodie bag.
All right. How long will that last you? How often do you refill it?
Like I get like a snack once a day, so it just depends. Like the miniature things, like I only work in if I have calories to burn. So
I get you. What's on that shirt?
Zelda.
Oh,
Oh, that's cute.
yeah. I have a great idea for the next Slasher Man 8-bit, but I have to work on the name because I can't just call it my idea is Legend of Zelda. So it's like the Zelda, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
not Zelda,
Nintendo's
it's
so happy.
Zelda
You gotta
from
watch
Pet
on that.
Cemetery.
Zelda Pet Cemetery.
Zelda from Pet Cemetery. It's perfect. But I can't call it Legend of Zelda because I'll get Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo is pretty Sue happy too. So you gotta watch with Nintendo.
All right. Somebody has joined us because he tuned in so he could listen to the rest of the Raw report before interest.
No, he's so mad because I called him out on Facebook.
Geraldine is helping spread the head. Spread the head and share in your head to all your friends and enemies, because then they will become your friend, because in your head brings people together. Before the show, Goosey and Lexar, they were bitter enemies. They were rivals. They were from rival gangs. And
really?
It was like the Jets and the Sharks.
The Crips over here.
Like a bat out of hell. Someone gets in our way. Someone don't feel so well. But then in your head came along, and boom, now they're best friends.
It's like that other guy that joins sometimes. Tasso, whatever.
Well, we can't work miracles.
Oh, that's just mental illness.
Right. If you
Also-
work for WWE, you'd be fired.
Be like,
You just leave? No, don't leave. No, but I want to point out that Lexar is now the Alice in this Brady bunch.
No.
Huh.
Center square. Lexar for the steal.
Yes.
Lexar, are we having pork chops
Don't
and
worry.
applesauce for dinner?
What?
Pork chops now. We're serving the stuff that Jack had. Pancakes with whatever topping that's on.
Nobody
Oh,
gets
the
the
cream
Brady
and
Bunch
chicken?
reference?
Are you getting a little side piece on the action from Greg Brady, Jackie Jones, your Lex?
Yeah. Here's a story of a lovely lady who has Raw review before Incher keeps interrupting you.
Sorry.
Incher.
Oh, I've got mine set up like Hollywood Squares, the old Peter Marshall version. I've got Geraldine's in the Rosemary position. I've got Jack in the Paul Lynn position. And I got Lexar in the Charlie Weaver position.
I like to get Geraldine in a few positions.
ay Dios.
I'd do it first though.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
I'd rather be Scully Mitchell. That's
Okay.
Oh, hey, what are you doing?
Incher's going to rub one out.
what are you?
I can't be a part of this show. We can't be canceled. No.
We'll never get on Spotify now.
Exactly.
I got to check. Maybe we've been
I can't have my brand being hurt.
Cam on it.
I didn't say nothing.
All right. So what
I
are
guess-
So a lot more happened on this crazy show. Actually, one of the better matches actually came up next, which was Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens.
No, really, the demon.
He got
No, actually, this
destroyed.
is just regular Finn.
Just
Ooh,
regular
that's
thing.
fun.
The demon's kind of clumsy anyhow.
That's true.
Falls off the rope.
Did this guy? I think I read that not Finn Balor, but the other guy turned heel.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens, yes.
Kevin
last
Owens.
week.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep, that's all Raw needs is another heel.
Exactly.
Does anybody really care?
We haven't been accepted as of yet. But we haven't been denied yet either.
This is another guy who may be running out the rest of his contract, but in the interim, he did the stunner on Balor and won the match.
yeah. Isn't he a free agent January? I think
Yeah,
he's.
it's coming up soon.
I think he's going to be all elite.
All Elite Owens.
Kevin Steen.
Very good
Back
fit
to
for the
Steen,
company
eh?
if that happens.
Yep, he'll be headlighting Elevation.
Yeah.
All right. So was that all of
last week-
Raw? Oh,
Yep. Last week, I think you went away, and I continued on with the Raw report, and I was talking to
very
Incher about
rude of me.
Omos. Omos in short little pieces is very effective.
really?
And
I heard he
this-
was really bad this week from other folks.
Well, they took on the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, and beat the crap out of them in a couple of minutes. But yeah, when he's used in very short, tiny little bits, he's pretty good. But he's got to be out of there quickly. He can't stick around for too long.
I heard does he do like karate or something now? That's what I think Brian Alvarez was saying. He does like karate kicks and stuff.
Let's hope not.
So who were the face team in that match?
Nobody.
Oh God.
Ref.
So
The
I don't
It was-
know.
It was like two heels
Yes,
fighting.
two teams of heels fighting. Yeah.
So who had the best karate moves? The Dirty Dog.
The Dirty Dog.
So did AJ get vaccinated? He's back.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
He got vaccinated. Now he's got to get a booster. Get your booster.
Is that a short joke?
No.
Speaking of coming up to the main event, then Bobby Lashley versus Rey Mysterio. This was the destruction of Rey Mysterio. Not only did Bobby Lashley beat the crap out of him, but Scrap Iron kicked him off the team. So Rey Mysterio is a two-time loser.
They like to make him look like shit a lot. It's weird because they'll push him like he's a legend, then they will also just totally destroy him a lot.
Why did they put Dominic and Ray on the team at first to begin with?
Because the plan is to break them up.
And then Bobby Lashley just comes and kicks their asses. Like,
That's how you
No,
build
I
the
mean-
feud between the son, and the father.
They're gonna turn them. How you say that?
Enemies.
Yeah.
Does anyone really want to see? I don't want to see
Nah.
the son beating up his dad, especially when his son looks like a child. I mean, he's taller than Ray, but he looks like
He looks like a 12-year-old. You know?
Yeah, he needs him to put on a mask. Your dad's got a mask.
He's gonna say Eddie's his real dad.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Some shit like that, probably.
Meow.
Golgo says, I think AJ Styles is the biggest waste of talent in WWE. I hope Styles goes to AEW. I would like to see it.
Right here in the chat room, Vince Rudo, he's going back to the Charlotte Flair thing. I think Dave said she was going anywhere. Dave never said she was going anywhere. So, and then Golgo 13 says, I think AJ Styles is the biggest waste of talent in WWE. I hope Styles. You said that? You read that one? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It bared repeating.
Okay.
It was that damn good.
I just wanted to make sure Golgo 13.
Golgo is a good man. He sent me this movie I have over here, Violence Jack. Have you watched this one, Geraldine? It's a anime.
No, I haven't.
Violence Jack.
Violence Jack.
It's the complete OVA collection. Kill or be killed. After a devastating natural disaster, the Kanto region in Japan is now a wasteland of lawlessness. A whole bunch of other stuff because it's very long, and I'd read it, but people don't want me to read this.
Lucy Lawless.
It's some anime. Some of that anime's got like tentacle, sex and stuff. I don't think this has that.
That's hentai.
Hentai.
All anime has tentacle sex. Yeah, that's it.
Oh no, not all.
All of them.
I know I'm, maybe I'm a prude, but I'm not really into the octopus and squid sex.
Like the Pokemon, definitely tentacle sex. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tentacle sex. Naruto tentacle sex.
I'm gonna have to download that. What is it? Go whatever. And what was that game where you could go and follow them?
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon
Go.
Go.
Yeah, so much tentacle sex in that, man.
Oh my God, that's not
Yeah. All right. I'm started to download. I'm gonna go play some after the game, after the show.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You want to join me? All right.
You're not gonna get it on Spotify. Something like that.
Speaking of violence and killers, though, Vince Russo did point out that Dolph Ziggler's older brother got sentenced 15 years for involuntary manslaughter.
That was around the time when they were saying I couldn't understand that somebody would have more than one brother. But yeah. So I guess it was his older brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not aware of how many siblings Dolph Ziggler has.
What?
Yeah, I know.
I
My
turned off my
apologies.
heater and the lights. It must have lights got brighter. I have a portable heater down here because I'm chilly, and it must have. I don't know. I turned it off and the lights got bright.
Yeah, heaters draw a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Which reminds me, if Jonathan Jackson is very chilly right now because he's like shirtless.
He does look
Maybe
like
naked.
Chili Willy from ECW fame.
Not chilly at all. I got a heater right behind me, so
Mhm.
I'm doing pretty good.
He's naked, buck naked, Jack.
Well, I would stand up, but we're trying to get on Spotify.
Whoa,
you know?
whoa!
Mm,
I don't think you could fit all that on the screen.
We're trying to get on Spotify. I'll stay seated.
Stay seated.
You've really ruined Lexar's day.
What? I originally went topless for Lexar to return. He should appreciate
Does this
it.
remind you of your nights at the strip club, Lexar?
What was that?
Does he remind you of your nights at the strip club?
No, not really. He just reminds me of Kamala.
Oh man. What are you trying to say? I'm gonna get my legs chopped off? What are you talking about?
Just the thing.
London Giant, Jonathan Jackson.
Let's make love in the rocking chair.
Oh, yeah. Now that is music. Man, I can see the resemblance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's one resemblance, but we won't go into that or we'll get kicked off Spotify.
Yep, I'm shirtless.
Exactly. All right, was that it for the Raw review, Mr. Butler? It was you were a good man.
Oh, yes. Like I said, I wasn't impressed with this week's Raw report. Just a couple of things on it, but otherwise, yeah.
So who did they replace Ray with?
Austin
Question.
Theory.
Oh yeah, Austin Theory.
Yeah.
They also kicked off. Aliyah
Aaliyah
from the
on
SmackDown
SmackDown.
team.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
puking on herself?
No, she won a match.
She won a match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think it's her first match that she ever won.
Mhm.
They're like, you know what? You don't deserve this.
Who did they replace her with?
Haven't
Nobody.
announced it yet.
Oh, has that ever been a chant? You don't deserve it. That would be cool if the crowd just started to chant, "You don't deserve it."
That would be pretty awesome.
I
And then
think
the
they're gonna
person
put
just
Tony
starts
Storm in
crying.
the team.
Oh, well, that would be good actually. I don't even know who Aaliyah is.
This
Aaliyah.
one chick that looks like Aliyah,
Fuck
the
her.
rapper. Yeah, fuck her now.
You see that singer who pissed on the guy on a crowd member?
Yeah, well, it's disgusting.
That was weird.
Who was it?
I sent you
Oh.
the video.
Yeah.
She got
Is it even a
canceled
famous
already.
person or is it?
nah,
I
she's
didn't know
not
who it was.
famous.
Yeah.
That was very weird. Like, how did they work that whole bit out? Like,
I think they just she just had to pee and she said she couldn't hold, and then like the fan just jumped in and she had him go and she just pulled her pants down and just boom.
He had like a
jeez.
one of those beer cups that you get at events and shit like that, the big one.
Yeah. Like
I
a
Got
red
one of
cup.
those and she used that pee there and then he threw it out the crowd. That was it.
Wait, who did this?
Some singer. Or
Kelly.
musician.
She was singing a Rage Against the Machine cover. So they're not really
Oh.
famous or anything.
Strange.
Cover band.
It was very bizarre.
She just did it to get attention. That was
I
it.
sent it to Intra because I thought he might be into that. But
No, I'm good. I don't need that. Strange.
it was weird, yeah. And it must have been cold because it was like steam rising, and it was.
I get a lot of weird.
It was
from
in
Jack, and
Florida,
he's
I
like, I think you
think.
might be into this. It's like,
Well, you know, I'd have my. You don't. If you don't ask questions, you'll never know. Right?
yeah, but I mean, you're always the source of like, here's another weird clip. You got my for sale pictured in it, yeah, where the person was selling a TV. It was very Songman-esque. There was like a lady in the back.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know. Intra sent me a picture, but I didn't realize it at first. But there's a reflection of a like a naked woman in the TV.
They were trying to sell it to old school TV, and it had like a naked woman in it. I was like, oh man.
Solitaire likes the idea of you don't deserve a chant, and he also adds, "I'd like to see it. You still lost it." You know, instead of like something
you
like,
still have
got it. Like, no, you lost it. That would be good. But yeah, I don't condone such behavior. It's not nice. Lexar, do you have anything on your mind?
Yeah, so Impact Wrestling's eBay store, they are now selling match used thumbtacks from their previous pay-per-view. So
How much is
That's
it?
gotta be like a health hazard of some sort. I mean, that's like a bloody needle, essentially.
Yeah. Want some syphilis with your fucking order?
Yeah, really.
So they blood stained? Were they pulled out of someone's ass or something?
not sure. It's just a match used thumbtacks from the previous pay-per-view.
Did you buy them?
No.
They're like mounted on something or bag
I'm
up.
not sure. It's
Were
just
they
like-
used-
it's just
What if
pictures
they
like
were
that.
just like used to like stick up a poster or something?
Got pieces of drywall in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Strange.
How much were they going for?
I think $35 for
A
like
tack.
For like a,
For one?
Oh,
no,
God.
not one. It's just like a couple pairs of thumbtacks.
I'm
Do
I-
you even
no,
get to
just
know
like-
who they're
you
pulled
see
out
over
of?
here, these are called push pins. And I when I had the lights up, I used them to hold the lights up. What about, would you want to buy some in your head podcast used push pins?
35 each.
35, I'll give you 5. That's only $7 a piece. It's a steal.
If you put them in a nice acrylic little thing so it looked like a paperweight, that would be worth $35.
Yeah, I think this is good.
No.
I say make it into an NFT.
You know, I was gonna make NFT. It cost a lot of money just to make it, but I don't think you have much chance of making any money off them anymore. I don't know. How about podcast used Jackie Jones boxer shorts?
There's a money mark out there for something, for everything, really.
Exactly.
Johnson Jackson will buy them. He will wear them on the show. He will wear shirtless, but he wear the boxers. Into
You never know.
No. What's on your mind, Geraldine?
I'm gonna sell my shirts.
One that you wore? Or you
Somebody
gonna
give-
find some?
Yeah, one that I wear. I'm selling it for $100.
Whoa, $100.
$100.
Lexar's gonna start saving up.
I gotta start hitting those lottery tickets that you win constantly, Jack.
I wanted to ask you that. How do you always win in lottery tickets?
I don't know.
Isn't it-
I won 50 today.
Is that like a
Oh no,
do you
yesterday.
count-
Yesterday.
do you
Today
count
I
just-
it or what?
I went and got a $5 ticket and I got a $1 ticket, and I won today $2.
I
on the
get
$1
nothing
ticket.
because I always get nothing. It doesn't matter how many tickets I get.
And
So
I
how
had
do you win all the time?
I don't win all the
Yeah.
time, but I do pretty good on them. And I don't know. I this is okay. A few years ago, when I started to walk a lot, and I'm not a guy who believes in a higher power or anything, but it's looking back at it, it was very strange because there was a 2-month period. This is when I started. I was like 360 at the time, and I started to walk a lot. And part of the thing to keep me motivated was when I would walk, I would stop and get some scratch tickets. So I had something to walk to as opposed to just walking for the sake of it. And almost several times a week, I'd win $100 or more. During those 2 months, I won 1,000 twice, and I won 500 multiple times. And looking back, I thought there was something keeping me motivated to keep doing this.
Did you buy them at the same store?
Yeah.
So do you buy how many a day?
At that time, I would buy maybe $5 or $10.
Now how many you buy?
Sometimes none, but so I get a free $1 ticket from this guy who owns a convenience store. He gives me a free coffee and a free $1 scratch ticket. I believe he thinks I'm homeless, but I'm not positive. But now I don't get them as often. It's just every once in a while. I don't get them every day.
Don't you hate that people think like see you somewhere and think you're homeless or something?
Yeah, they. I don't get it too much anymore, but there for a while I was getting a lot, and then people would offer me rides. And first I was thinking they're hitting on me, but then they'd be like, "Oh, and I'll get you some hot food," and I was like, "No, I'm fine."
I go to buy stuff at a Walmart down here, and they when you go, if I go through the to the personal that when you check yourself out, always somebody comes, "Oh, you're stealing and shit."
Good.
I'm like, lady, I make more money.
I think that's
than
just.
you
I
do.
think don't think that's. I think that's probably someone being racist.
Mhm.
I think they're stereotyping me for something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of the way I look.
That's a shame.
I don't know. It's
That's
weird.
bad times. You're not actually stealing stuff. Like they're
No.
not. Right.
What the
I
fuck am
wanna-
I steal
Thief with Jonathan Jackson.
steal at
So it's
Walmart?
like he's a thief, but because he's got
If
the
you see-
bandana. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If you see what I buy at Walmart,
Kamala would
I'm
never
not
steal.
stealing.
What are you buying at Walmart? Not like
Soap.
dirty stuff.
So
No.
That
I
was one
wanna
of the
start-
questions I asked.
Coffee?
Coffee.
That was one of the questions I asked him in your head questions. Question for the Headyverse. It was that question about the lottery tickets. Where you buy them? At the same
Well,
store.
at the time when I was talking about it earlier, I got them all at Stop and Shop because that's about a mile from my house. So when I first started, I'd walk a mile, then a mile back. Now I walk sometimes 10 miles, so I go further. A lot of times now I get them at I don't know the name of it, but it's a convenience store where the guy gives me the free tickets, and every once in a while I'll buy some of them. But he also calls me movie star after I told him I made a movie. And he goes, "Movie star," and gives me a big thumbs up.
I want to start a campaign.
Where's all your Hollywood girlfriends, movie star?
I want to start a campaign to expose Jack in his hometown, and I want to go around and post flyers with his face on it and say, "This man is not homeless."
I've been
Yeah, just
offered,
let everybody
not
know.
so much anymore, but I remember I was offered slices of pizza there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would piss me off because it'd be like, "Look at this sweet Hawaiian shirt. How can you think I'm homeless? A homeless man."
That's the shirt. I know, right?
Look at this look at these duds.
Free pizza's good.
That's true, I guess, but
Did you took it or you say no?
no, I didn't take that. I do take the free coffee and the free scratch ticket, but I don't take
Or you don't take the pizza?
no.
All right, Jack. They want to know. Lexar and Geraldine want to know your secret. Stop beating around the
There's
bush.
no secret. I I pick what I feel.
Mhm.
Feels
There
like.
you go. He goes in, he looks at the cards, he's
I
like,
do.
now that looks like a
And
winner.
every once in a while, I'll get a feeling that some ticket is a winner. It don't always work, but honestly, often it does.
And
Yes.
don't
Okay,
bother.
so when I go to the store, when I get paid, I'll take a picture of the machine, send it to you,
Yeah.
and tell me which one to pay.
Don't
Okay.
don't bother with that, Geraldine. I've tried already, and he just totally ghosted me after I asked for that request.
I think
No
I'm at a
response whatsoever.
Well, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be, like,
He
then I'd
doesn't-
feel responsible if you don't win.
I bet he
Oh, so
thinks
you're
he's
gonna
gonna
go-
ruin
money,
his
whatever.
show if he tries to help somebody else out.
No,
Then
if
I
it's
go-
my money, it's whatever. I'm out, then I can just blame myself. But I don't want to be the reason someone lost $10 or something.
I
Yeah,
lose
well,
it
share the money.
anyway.
Well, I've lost 40, but I got 20 yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Songman's getting in on the action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Songman, he wins. I've seen him win some big ones too.
Really?
That's because you told Sogman a secret. Give Geraldine and Lexar what they want.
Probably in cahoots with the song, man.
Give me what I want.
I'll be going to the casino next week with my brother and mom.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Give me
Winning
what I
big
want.
money.
So get ready for pictures of cash-in tickets.
Yep. Get ready to piss off Lexar.
Playing the slots.
You can play Wheel of Fortune and all
Hitting
that
the
stuff.
jackpots.
The 4D Wheel of Fortune. You sit in the chair and I jack everything up because they have the 3D. It's 4D, so the chair moves and you got holograms coming at you, and I jack everything all the way up so the holograms are big and the sound is as big and the chair rocks as much as possible. That's pretty fun.
Does Dana White come over you and
Oh yeah, she comes over me. Whoa, it's pretty.
Dana White,
White?
the UFC guy? You mean Vanna White? What the?
Ooh, Jack.
Oh my lord. I don't think this one even has Vanna White. I think it's like a fake Vanna White. I know most of them do, but for some reason there's a new one in my head. It's like a fake Vanna White, but I could be wrong.
Just Pat Sajak blowing a load all over you.
I've never seen Pat Sajak on any of them. It's usually just Vanna.
Oh.
Or
Last
Dana.
You
time
probably
I
have to
went
pay him the big
casino,
bucks. Yeah.
I drove an hour up there, and I was like, I'm going to
Steven
win
got it.
tonight. I walked into the Wheel of Fortune machine, and I started playing, and it cleaned me out within 3 minutes.
Well, how much did you bring? Like $5 or
3 minutes.
What are you betting? Like $30 a spin?
That's
And I
because Dana
said-
White didn't unload on you.
I just said to
Yeah.
myself, why the hell did I even come here?
my friend Shy Tom Mad? He'll send me pictures. So he'll win like $100 grand on machines, but he's playing like $100 slots. I was like, whoa.
Yikes.
The damn casino.
I enjoy it. This is okay. This is what I would say. Don't bring more than you're willing to lose.
Yeah.
And that will, that's real advice. So just
Mhm.
bring whatever that you would spend if you went out somewhere. So it's not a big deal if you don't win it. Don't go expecting that you're going to win. It's always good to win. Obviously you want to win, but don't go in expecting you're going to. Go in if you enjoy doing whatever your favorite game is.
There you
That
go.
way, if you lose, it's just a day out.
Go in with the intention of having fun because desperation is never
Exactly.
rewarded.
Exactly, because I'll spend the same amount usually if I go to Boston for the day. So whatever.
And eat lots of free food, so it balances
Yeah,
out.
I get comped the last time though. So we went to the casino and I got a thing in the mail. I was supposed to be comped I had like $20 free slot play, which is cool. But I was supposed to get a free Foreman, not a Foreman grill, but it was a Foreman griddle, which was really cool. You can do like the breakfast and all. So like sweet. So I went to get it, and there was this giant line and standing in line. And then someone started saying like they ran out of the griddles, and the what they were given instead, a bread box.
Oh, hell no.
I was like, what is this, the 1940s? When's the last time you've heard of someone?
bread box.
It's a bread box.
What happened with the cruise that you won?
Unfortunately, I did not realize you had to go and get it on an exact day. And then when I noticed the day had passed, but yeah, I won or was comped a free for 2. You had to pay like certain like taxes and fees, so you would have paid a little bit, but still it was a cruise for 2 for free. I was going to bring Gerald.
Deal.
Oh,
You missed the Jericho cruise, man.
And if it comes up again, I'll always get the little. That's always another thing. Always get the cards, the whatever cards, because you'll get, even if you get $10, it's something. You get a comp to breakfast or something. You always get those because you get something back, and sometimes you get good stuff. So here's
Mike Lopez in the chat room. He says, "Love the Gremlins Christmas."
Thank you, Mike Lopez. Yeah, Lopez. The I don't have my wallet on me, but the card for I think they actually just changed it, but Mohegan Sun Casino, it's a really big Indian casino. Raw's from there sometimes. Their card that they give you, it was called, I think they just changed it a couple years ago, but it used to be called the Wampum card, which sounded very, very racist because it was an Indian casino and it was the Wampum card.
But they were the ones
all
putting it
racist
out.
as
How
shit.
could it-
That's
how
true.
could it be-
That's true. Pretty nice casino though. They have a big tree in the middle of the casino because they built the casino around it and they didn't want to tear it down. It's like a ceremony. It's like an ancient tree, but it's cool. It's just like in the middle of the casino. That's where I met the great the guy from the Mean Street Posse, Pete Gas,
yes. Yeah.
and Howard Finkel
Mhm.
and Arn Anderson, who was super rude, but when I met him later on in life, he was much nicer. But from what I understand, everyone told me who knew him that he was a very miserable guy in WWE, but he's like a different person since leaving, which is kind of a common occurrence. But I was even wearing a 4 Horsemen jacket, and I was like, hey, and he just
You
he didn't
see
even acknowledge.
Brooklyn Brawler there?
Yep, the Brooklyn Brawler. No, not Brooklyn Brawler. I saw the other guy, Harvey Whippleman.
Oh, okay.
And I said, hey, it's Harvey Whippleman. And he got the biggest smile on his face because I don't think he gets recognized too often. But he was carrying a bunch of coffees. I think, I don't want to disparage me, but I'm pretty sure he's just like the gopher. Like they made him go pick up. And I saw John Morrison. I actually asked to get a picture with him and he went, yeah, just 1 minute. Then he just took off. But yes, when I saw Harvey Whippleman, I mean not Harvey Whippleman, when I saw the Fink, I was like, I was like, are you Howard Finkel? And he looked at me and went, no autographs. And I was like, oh, I wasn't gonna ask for one.
No autographs. Oh man.
Wasn't he
It was
rude?
really weird.
Wasn't he rude to you? You met him in a casino one time, and he was
That's
very
what I'm
rude
talking
to you.
about. Yeah, that was at that casino.
Was it to you? I think that's what he said to you.
Huh?
Was it to you? That's what he said to you, right?
No, he just started saying no autographs.
Well, lucky for you, Arn didn't splatter your brains across the concrete with his body.
Arn didn't even look at me, acknowledge that I was even talking to him or anything. He was playing slot machines and drinking free alcohol because you get free alcohol in the casino.
Remember at the Fan Fest, Arn was really nice to you. Talked for like
Oh
10
yeah, he was super nice. Joked around with me. That was a really fun interview. That's up on the YouTube. It got up a little late, about a year late, but it's on the YouTube now. People can check it out. All righty. Should we get to these questions, or does anyone else have something they wanted to bring up? Feel free to add anything you like. Did you have anything, Mr. Jackson, before we get to these questions?
I watched no wrestling except
What?
the AEW pay-per-view.
Oh, good man.
And I'm the same.
I can't stomach it. I can't watch WWE because I refuse to torture myself.
Yeah, I don't watch it either.
And every so often I'll catch Rampage or Dynamite, but
Dynamite.
Really, yeah, it was just a pay-per-view. That's all the wrestling that I got.
Do you think the rise of Dynamite has led to JJ Walker getting a commercial deal? Because I saw he does a commercial now for like some for something.
Probably.
I think he's always
like some
done
kind of
commercials for
insurance he
something.
does.
Oh well, yeah, all those old actors, they always got some kind of tie-in.
When I went to Vegas when I was pretty young, like 24, I saw him at the airport and I was like, it's JJ Walker.
I did notice Bad Bunny, he was on a commercial on Rampage though, and oh man, that just set my heart aflutter. I was like, oh, look at Bad Bunny, he's showing up on the Corona, I think it was a Corona beer commotion. Yeah, I was like, yes, he's been on AEW and WWE. He's taken over. He might even buy the ROH tape library.
Yeah.
You go to Niagara? Do you go to Niagara Falls up there where you are, Geraldine? I went there once with
I've been there. It's just
I agree. There's nothing.
I've seen it so many times. It's like
all right, big deal. I agree. It's not very
There
exciting.
used to be a WWE store in Niagara Falls.
Really? There was a big casino there I wanted to go to, but
this Seneca something.
Just
still there.
A little
now.
information for anybody who goes out on the town with Jack. If it's not a guy banging a turtle, he doesn't care about landmarks.
What? Well, the turtle boy statue is pretty amazing.
But besides that one, I don't think there's any landmark that you really care about. You always just kind of go. Eh.
Well, there's some truth to that. When we went, I remember when we came back from London, and my brother's like, "Did you go?" And he's like naming all the big, the London Bridge, and I kept saying no. And he's like, "What the hell did you even do?" And I was like, "Oh, we went to a bunch of old pubs and drank a lot. Went to the movies."
Yeah,
that's
it's
neat.
like I have been to so many places, and I thought it was gonna be like more awesome than what it was, or something. I don't know.
It's just
I like going places. I actually would rather see something kind of cool and local than like a touristy thing.
Yeah, you get better experiences.
If you ever get that book called We're New York, all the places are around here. Peckman Road. You would like that because it's like a horror. They have like a horror story in there.
I thought you saying some Lexar's into the horrors.
Whoa!
No, horror.
I've been to the Dakota in Manhattan. I think that's Manhattan. That's where John Lennon was shot, and they filmed parts of Rosemary's Baby.
It's called the Peckman Road. It was the guy was a butcher, and he used to put the heads of the pigs in the fence. And they start saying that there's a local legend saying that he killed people too, but it's just a legend that if you say his name while you're going, there's like a bridge, one of those really old bridges. I just went there because I follow all that kind of stuff and took pictures of it. Yeah, that was it.
The Mutter Museum in Philly is cool. That's they got a lot of weird skeletons, and they have this whole wall of skulls. And I remember one of the skulls really gave me this weird feeling. And I don't know why. I was like, oh. And then I went up and read it, and it was a child murderer of Russia. And it was very weird. Again, I don't really believe in mystical stuff, but it was weird that skull made me feel weird. And then when I went up and read, it was like, skull of some killer. Like it was interesting. It was strange, but that's a cool place. And the Museum of Death in LA is very cool. It's got like the first room is all art by serial killers. The people I was staying with, they're against the idea of going there because they say it glamorizes, real life killers. So I went there when the day when they were out doing something else. But I recommend it. It's pretty cool.
Logo 13 in the chat room. He wants to fill us in on what J.J. Walker's commercial was, and that was a Medicare commercial.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. He knows the deal. He's up on the dealio. Dynamite. All right. But yeah, the first room, it's got art from serial killers. Who's this? The son of Sam. The guy who talked to his dog. So he had he had these cartoons that he hand drew, and so they had.
He's still alive.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and so they had these cartoon strips he drew in prison, and it was like how to catch a fat lady. And so it started like you buy meatballs, and like the meatballs have little smiley faces, and then you put them in a sub, and and it was like this weird cartoon about catching a fat woman and bringing her back to like a house and killing her. And I couldn't help but laugh, but at the same time, it's like I probably shouldn't be laughing. That's pretty messed up.
But I think he became a minister. I'm not sure, but I think so.
Yeah. And one guy, they had Richard Ramirez, and his was just not done well, but it was weird to look at. There was one guy, I forget who it was, but he made what are the wind things on top of like an old farm where they blow in the wind?
Windmills.
Weather vane.
And it was all weird sex stuff. So it was like, and they all actually moved. So it was like someone doing someone doggy style and a woman blowing the guy. And then you read about it because he wasn't allowed any of this stuff. So he made it over like a 19-year, it was like year period, like 2 decades. And he made it out of like little pieces of forks he would steal out of like out of the cafeteria and stuff. And I was just like, I mean, I know he's like this crazy rapist killer, whoever it was, but it was still pretty wild that he made this over.
You went to that Cecil Hotel?
Yeah. My co-host on Without Your Head's been there, Trista Robbins.
Do you feel anything?
I've not been there, but she went there for because she does paranormal investigations sometimes in LA.
That seems like interesting place.
All right. Urias Tosh wants to know, can 1-inch biceps review these Huntington eateries? The Jewel City Seafood.
My brother goes there. I've never been there myself. But, okay. So
Black Sheep. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Maybe I need to write this down so I can make a list. Let's see.
All right. So we got the Jewel City Seafood.
Jewel City Seafood. Okay.
Black Sheep Burrito and Brews.
I think I heard of that.
I can send you the list after if you want.
Oh, okay, that'd be good.
Fro Stop Drive-In.
Frost Stop Drive-In. I've been there.
Oh, okay.
Frost Top. Okay, I can tell you about them because I've been there. Probably some of the sweetest root beer you've ever had. And it's really good. And they I'd say the root beer is the best part about Frost Top, but everything else is good.
You are a big root beer mark though.
The root beer is very good. What?
That is disgusting.
Man,
I'm sorry. I'm not American. I'm not American. And when people, I thought it was beer for real. And when I tried that, it was disgusting. Ugh. No. Nope. No root beer.
Man, interesting. Taken back. I've got the limited edition holiday cranberry orange unsweetened seltzer.
No.
Oh, well, thank goodness. At least you say no to that. Goodness gracious.
It's good.
She didn't like root beer. I'm glad at least she didn't like that. I mean, come on.
No root beer. Ugh.
Gotta be real beer.
Yeah, real shit.
I don't like beer. I even back in my big drinking days, I'm not a fan of the beer. I like bourbon.
It depends. I like Corona and stuff like that. I don't like everything. American shit is weak.
I will say I did like craft beers better than
yeah, I like APA.
Midway, and when I was in London, I actually did like the lager. It was good. Midway West Drive-In.
Yeah, I've been there several times. It's I love their corn dogs there, and their French fries is probably the best French fries in Huntington.
Interesting. Bombshell Burger and Barbecue.
No, I've never been there, but that's like the place that's like a it's like half like a shooting range, and then the
that
other
sounds right
half
up your alley.
is a restaurant.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So do you go shoot the pig and then they like cook it up for you?
No, it's just a shooting range. I don't think there's actual shooting of animals.
Owl,
I thought it'd be a good place to take you to if you were ever in.
Yeah, so I could have an accident. And she was like, I don't know what happened. The gun misfired. He blew his face off. I don't know, but I'm gonna eat this barbecue. Yeah.
That's how I would react after you accidentally shoot yourself.
Yeah, but it was accident because you killed me. That's what I'm saying.
Always implementing that I'm shooting you.
It's just a joke. I've got a sense of humor. Oh, I mean,
I would never, in all my days, shoot you, Jack.
Yeah, you want to shoot me with your gun?
No, I'm not a Dana White here, Jack.
If the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic Jr. was real, how many abortions would Jack have forced Intra to get? I would have like seen Intra have our love child. That would have been nice.
What, did Arnold make somebody have an abortion or what?
No, remember back in the early days. Yeah, back in the early days of In Your Head, I used to ask a few questions, and I always asked if the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic Jr. was real, who would you want to have a baby with? But it's a takeoff on that. But instead of that, it was who would you? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Tyler Stevens, fuck, marry, kill, CM Punk, Hulk Hogan, and Marty Jannetty.
Say what?
Fuck, marry, kill, CM Punk, Hulk Hogan, and Marty Jannetty. So I'm gonna kill
Marty Jannetty.
No, Hulk Hogan's dying.
Really?
I marry Hulk Hogan because he's gonna die, and I'm gonna get his money.
Yeah,
and I fuck CM Punk.
Yeah, bang that tight ass of Punk.
Yeah.
You seemed a little too excited when you just said that, Jack.
Well, I'm sure you're all over the thermos of the Hulkster.
He's gonna die, so you have to marry him.
Actually,
he's gonna
marry
die.
Hulk Hogan.
I'm gonna splatter his brains all over the concrete, Hulk Hogan.
I'm
gonna marry Jannetty, and then I'm gonna fuck Punk.
Man, we're all just banging the hell out of Punk, though. I think we're all the most fuckable of the three. I think that would be a good, like, if you do a cold opener, we'll just put that at the beginning of the show. Jason Mitten, who had the best outfit on Full Gear? The Young Bucks pink outfit, Don Callis and his sparkly Wizard of Oz slippers, or Dan Lambert and his Bobby Heenan-esque blue tracksuit? Well, first of all, I think that's a blasphemy to compare Dan Lambert to Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
I think the best outfit had it Hangman Page with those cowboy freaking pants.
Oh man, you liking those chaps?
Yeah,
like a pair of assless chaps for Geraldine.
Mm-hmm.
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 I don't know. I like the pink. I do like pink. I think pink's a good look. I used to have a nice pink shirt. Tyler Stevens, would you go to the strip club with Lexar? I've actually never been to a strip club.
I would.
What? For real?
Yeah, for real. I've never been there.
Really?
Ooh,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Never?
Never.
Oh, now you gotta go with Lexar.
Lexar, yeah.
We could go to the one in New York
I'm
City.
gonna lose my virginity with Lexar.
Yeah.
Your strip club virginity. Oh yeah.
Make it rain.
Lexar could give you some pointers.
You probably lose both of your virginities.
Oh man. Wow.
Any of you folks ever been to Paris? Paris, France?
No, I thought maybe this was like your favorite strip club, Paris.
Because when
Toronto.
I went to Paris, I went to Montmartre, like down the street from the Moulin Rouge. There was this very sleazy individual on the sidewalk who was
Is that where you
inviting
met
me into this
Incher?
club.
Oh man.
Oh, really?
And I made the mistake of going in there.
Yeah, I'm sure you. Yeah, he's trying to act all innocent.
His wife's
Now,
watching.
there were some very comely young ladies taking their clothes off in the club. That
What?
was the good part. The bad part was that they were trying to serve me overpriced alcohol, which unfortunately I purchased.
Oh, gotcha.
The pain didn't come until
I thought you don't
my
drink.
credit card bill came once I got home. But suffice it to say, that was a very, very terrible experience.
It's a learning experience too.
Yes, I learned not to go back there ever again.
Lexar got his education at the strip club.
Ay,
Yep.
Dios mío.
That's a good place to learn.
Golgo 13 says Incher's going to shoot his ropes at the shooting range.
What?
You know, ropes as in
I know what it means, but why would I do that?
and Patrick Howe wants to know if Geraldine's ever been in a horror movie.
I wish.
All right. Well, maybe sometime I'll put you in a movie here.
Oh yeah.
Jonathan Jackson wants to know.
I want a good one though.
All right.
Even if I get killed first,
Maybe I'll put you in a horror movie.
you know, or
We got my casting couch behind them. Jonathan Jackson wants to know length or girth. I posted this on Facebook. I'm 5'5" and I wear 13 extra wide shoes because I have a very girthy foot.
Jonathan Jackson, you're right here. Why are you asking this question?
ay,
It's-
Dios mío.
It's an age-old question that needs to be answered. Length, the girth, Incher. Which one?
From my experience, the people would normally say girth. From my experience,
I guess girth, yeah.
You're a girth man. I got you.
I'm a girth man. Skinny dot doodle poke.
does Jack agree with all the programming on In Your Head?
I would say yes.
I stand by. Well, no, I don't want to say that. That's going to implement me. I say everything on here does not necessarily run in line with my beliefs. Jonathan Jackson, if Incher had a choice to replace Jack with any other podcast host, who would he shoot Jack? I'm sorry. Would he shoot Jack without making that choice? So if you could replace me, would you just shoot me?
No, I don't want to kill you.
Maybe
If
you
they kill, just shoot him.
Yeah, you could have shot me in the face so I could never speak or something. This is getting really dark.
Unless Dave Meltzer says I have to.
Fuck
Would
the
you-
Dave
would-
Meltzer.
Would you replace me with Meltzer if it came up? He's like, hey, Incher, if you get rid of this Jack guy, we can team up.
I'm so honored that you know. It's like one of those things that
Yeah, when he
you
keeps
added me to the
saying-
show,
and then it never goes
And,
anywhere. Usually he just ends with whatever.
and the thing about it is that you got to kill that motherfucker.
Jonathan Jackson, would you still be loyal to In Your Head if Incher killed me and then brought in Meltzer?
Hell no.
No.
The mere sight and mention of Dave Meltzer would send me off the show.
Very good.
He says no, but his nipples say yes. They're getting
I think he's
hard.
pretty.
I can see him right
been,
now.
He's been pretty vocal about his disdain for the Dave Meltzer.
I say he's lying to himself. He really loves me secretly.
That's kind of like you and Alul, maybe.
Me and Al, there's that does not compute. That person doesn't exist in my world.
A lot of hatred, but maybe it all means you really want to. Jonathan Jackson, does In Your Head cater to its fan base, or is it trying to appeal to a broader audience? Punk had brought this up about appealing to your fan base, and I've always agreed with this because I always hear people saying like AEW, they cater too much to their own fan base and they should try to appeal to everyone in the world. But I get the idea, like, to expand the show, but you have to, if you have a fan base, you want to appease them. I don't understand. I never understood the idea of like, you want to not appeal to your fan base, that people that watch a show, and appeal to a theoretical fan base that may or may not watch a show. So piss all these people off who like it to try to get these people who don't watch it and may never watch it. I don't really understand. You should be happy if you have a good following.
I'm just a guy who's been podcasting since 2005. But what I think you need to do is you need to make your fans happy, and then that's going to bring other people in because the fans are going to be talking.
There you go. All these years I've been trying to piss off the fans, but now since you told me that, I'm going to try to make them all happy.
Mhm.
Is this season 5 that we're going into then?
I think
This
it
is a
is.
brand new season.
New season premiere right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the new direction. We're going to actually try to make people happy. All these other years been, let's piss people off, but now In Your Head 2.0, we're going to make them happy. We're going to be pleasing the Geraldine.
Huh?
I want to please Jody.
Oh my God.
I think Patrick Howell also wants to please Geraldine.
Uh-oh. I'm going to get him jealous. Patrick Howell, have you ever been covered in Guinness beer from Ireland? What? A weird question.
Uh-oh, Jack.
Penis.
Like in a tub or something?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like a wet t-shirt contest. Would you watch AEW Dynamite if it were 3 hours long? I probably would, but I do not like a 3-hour weekly show.
Yeah,
It'd be too much.
Yeah, I like the 2 hours. 2 hours is good. I
It'd
do
probably-
actually think an hour is too short, so I like the 2 hours.
It'd probably go by a lot quicker though. Not
Oh, yeah.
as bad as Raw.
Yeah, I agree. But I think it's hard to fill that every week. I'm not saying, I think maybe once in a while, if they did a special, it's doable. But the idea of doing every week, I think, is rough.
It's too much.
That being said, we're entering our like 4th hour of the show here.
Yeah.
Jonathan Jackson, WWE is still a thing, right?
Staying right here, Steven.
No, I'm tapping out, folks.
No,
Yeah, well,
Midnight.
he will not put up with Jonathan Jackson.
staying
Bad
right here, Steven.
No.
If you go, I'll never interrupt one of your Raw reports again.
If you
I
don't
must
go,
get
you
my
mean.
beauty sleep, ladies and gentlemen. So
Well, you
Have a
are a
good
very
night.
lovely man, Stephen. We just-
Oh, he hung up.
Ah, dang it.
Along those lines, Geraldine would never have to sleep again because she's beautiful enough.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, he's
Thanks.
such a charmer.
Very welcome. Vince Bloomin, will you shoot your own turkey for Thanksgiving? No. People say, I have a lot of wild turkeys here. People always say, kill them and eat them. But no, they're cute. And from what I understand, wild turkey's not particularly good.
It's not the same.
It's not. It's
It's
not.
dark.
Yeah, you only eat the thigh meat because they don't have much of a breast. When the farm raised ones, they grow the breast big.
Breast.
Big
Gerald-
titty turkeys. Yeah.
I get a lot of wild turkeys around here, though. I like them. Dobbs Dean Maya, big up to Geraldine, the lovely, vivacious queen of the Headyverse. Her smile warms my heart. What puts a smile on your face, Geraldine?
Mm,
Pickles.
Pickle.
And I think seeing the CBS sports sign back here.
Pickles.
All right.
Pickles. I love pickles.
Pickles. I like pickles too.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Lollipops.
Lollipops. All right.
Horror movies.
This banner.
If the streets of
The CBS banner.
there you go. If the streets of London fought with the streets of the WV, who would win? This is to Incher.
London. I mean, London's a big city. I mean,
It
it's
is
like-
big. I've been there.
I'm sure their population is like way bigger than ours. So guess I got to go with London. I mean,
Man,
can't
you guys
argue
are a
against
bunch
the
of
numbers.
bitches, huh?
Or what is it going to be like the new 300? Why is London invading West Virginia to begin with? I mean,
This is the WV, and you just kick him into a pit.
yeah.
Would OIB let me love him the way I love Jack?
Oh,
Who's asking this?
Dobbs.
No.
Whoa! Well, you're always forever my young boy, Dobbs. Dobbs Dean Maya. Will space probes in the next century discover extraterrestrial analog? Yes, I'll say yes. In the next century, in the next
Sure.
100 years, sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a worm or something they found from outer space once? or something like
I
that?
don't know. There's probably like life of some kind, but this would be more like intelligent life if it could actually interact.
Mhm.
Be intelligent and stay away from here.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Very intelligent people have said if we did come into contact with a life form that's intelligent enough to actually travel here, history would show in the world we live in, when a more advanced community comes to another one, it usually does not turn out well for the lesser advanced. So
No.
it's not necessarily something to be hopeful about. Geraldine wants to know, any questions for her?
I already answered them.
Cup size?
Al wants to know if you'll be Marty Jannetty's new girlfriend.
Kill him. Take his
Ooh.
money. Yeah. Sure.
I don't think you'll get too much.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get it.
You could have done zero.
Vince Blumen, if you could own one country, which would you choose?
Saudi Arabia.
USA, USA, USA,
Japan.
or Canada, so I can own Stephen from Butler.
Japan, I think.
Make him a slave.
Oh man.
I think
Robert
I
Bud-
would like to own. Let's see.
Portugal, so you can own LTNA fan.
There's a fucking
Yeah, let's go with Portugal. Seems like a nice place.
All drugs are legal there.
Oh, I'm not. Well, I'm all for that. I say no. I say just say no. Vince Blumen, if you we just asked that. Robert Budzinski, do you prefer the waffle stomp or the upper decker?
Actually, I want to change my answer. I want to own the United Kingdom, so then I can say that's what you get, London, for invading our town.
There you go. And we can own Dobbs, or you can own Dobbs.
hmm
And
I'll make
Nikhil.
you my butler.
Barbie Richards.
Oh gosh,
Yeah, Bobby Richards.
if I owned Nikhil, I would just sit there and ask him questions all day. Just the dumbest
your favorite
questions I could
memory,
think
yo?
of.
Robert Budzinski, do you prefer the waffle stomp or the upper decker?
I do kind of fear Nikhil.
The Dutch oven.
Now, if people don't know, the upper decker is if you take a poop, if you shit into the tank above the toilet.
Yep.
And a
What the
waffle
fuck? Who the
stomp.
fuck does that?
I don't know.
Who does that?
What?
I think, but and then if you do the waffle stomp,
No,
It's-
no, no.
if you if
You
you
don't have to say what it is. I know what it
Shit
is.
in the shower and stuff for now.
into the shot, yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say none of the above. Do I prefer?
Yeah. Oh my god. For sure. Now we're not going on Spotify.
I'm not a big fan of the poop. Playing with the poop.
There isn't a scat porn category on Spotify.
I don't believe
Oh man.
You know, I know this is gonna sound crazy, everybody, but
you're
I
into
kinda-
both of these.
I
Oh.
kind of
Yeah.
feel like that wasn't the first time that question was ever asked.
I know. Somebody asked that.
It's the same
months
guy.
ago.
He asks about the same 5 questions.
Oh,
He just
it's-
kind of repeats them. It's
Okay.
that and about pooping in the woods and there's a couple other ones he asks over and
my
over.
God.
I guess he's fascinated with it or something.
Yeah, it's probably some about
Yeah.
gladiator movies. And yeah, I think he thinks they're original every time, but I think
No, it's the same
going
shit.
over-
Oh, that's
I
good.
remember it.
Yeah, Dobbs Dean, but he's a good man. He's a good man. Dobbs Dean Maya. Whose AEW title run have you enjoyed more? Jericho, Moxley, or Kenny Omega? That's a good question.
Jericho.
Jericho.
Yeah, I really like the Jericho one. I think I like the Moxley win the most. I when I was there live when he won the title, but I didn't think his run was the best. But I like I would say Jericho. I like the Omega run too, but
Yeah,
I'd
Omega.
say
can-
Jericho.
the
was
problem with
best.
Omega's run, it was really marred because a lot of it was during the pandemic.
And so was Moxley's, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Moxley's same way. Yeah, Moxley's probably actually more than Moxley because he won it right before the pandemic. And then,
Yeah, that double or nothing. And then all of a sudden.
but I think Kenny's run was good too because they had it. He had it for like a year, and then it really helped Hangman when he won the title. But
Hmm.
I really enjoyed Jericho and El Champion.
Yep.
Lex R wants to know: Jonathan Gresham is opening his own wrestling promotion in Atlanta. Are you intrigued?
No.
Another,
Jonathan Gresham, he should probably like try to go somewhere else. I mean, what would
Yeah.
you know? I mean, he's not that well known.
follow that piece of ass you've got for a wife, Jordan Grace. Go ahead, Pat.
Jordan Grace is his wife.
Yep.
Oh, okay, didn't know that.
We've been to Atlanta, and you remember?
I know it.
Had a good time.
Good times, good
That's where,
memories.
you know, someone had had dreamt up some stuff, but it was a good time, bro.
I dreamed up nothing. It's all 100% true. 100%.
We all know what Jack thought about Full Gear, but what about his brother Troy? My brother loved the show. He also just bought recently because he's a big fan of New Japan. He just bought some kind of wrestling figure from Japan.
Oh yeah.
Look this up real quick. I'll share the picture. It's like I don't know who these people are. The Rainmaker or something.
That's Okada.
Yeah, Kazuchika Okada. Yeah.
Jay White.
Jay
Which-
White,
No, it wasn't.
Switchblade.
I know Jay White. I have a Jay White shirt. Oh yeah, here it is. No, it's Naito.
Oh,
Naito. Yeah.
So yeah, here's his figure he bought, the Naito figure.
Oh, nice.
Comes with
cute.
shirts. Yeah, it comes with different hands, different heads, all these belts.
That's
How
nice.
much is that?
I don't know how much it was. It's pretty cool though. It's well made. And look all the shirts and the different heads and fingers and arms. That's cool.
I like the one that is like this.
Los Ingobernables.
It's like,
Didn't Bronson fucking Pinchot or Rita, what the fuck his name is, fucking debut for them this week?
Bronson Pinchot from Perfect Strangers.
What the fuck's his name? Bronson Rita, what the fuck his name?
Oh, Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
eh.
Be fucking hilarious.
I thought you meant the guy.
He had clothes that he looked like he was lounging on his couch or something.
That's what I said. He looked like a bum. He had like Nike sweatpants on. I was like, come on, dude.
Not a freaking bum even looks like that.
Yeah, he had like a shirt that was kind of hanging down. It was like his belly. It's like, couldn't he just wear something to look a little more like, he just looked like some bum. Fuck, I dress better than this bum.
The hell's introduced?
Back in it. Here I am I have a Rainmaker shirt. See, people think I don't know who these people are, but I just pretend. See, get my Rainmaker Okada shirt on. Man, I'm looking pretty sexy there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looking hot in that picture.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Just took one from behind.
Pickles for you, Geraldine.
Here you go. Here you go, Vic.
Aww.
Oh, she's caught on my. Meow.
All right.
Who else have cats?
Gresham can put anyone to sleep, Forrest, the custodian says. Naito is the leader of Los Ingobernables, says Troy. And then Troy says it cost him $45.
Not a bad deal.
Not bad.
Patrick Howell says Geraldine is gorgeous.
Thanks.
Troy wants to know why do guys that never do a frog splash always do a better frog splash than the guys that always do it for a finisher? Interesting question. Because
they never do it, so they practice it a lot more.
Maybe it hurt. Maybe it hurts you after a while too. Patrick Howell says I also love horror movies. Geraldine. LT
I have a big collection too.
I've never seen any.
Match.com with Geraldine on there. Matching her up.
Urias Tosh, I stayed up all night to call in for the first time in 7 years, but then I fell asleep. Maybe next time. We're still here, boy. You still get
Call in.
Yeah. Call in. Urias Tosh.
I'm about to fall asleep. I'm out.
I'm actually about to
Sorry.
go.
All right. Well, good night, lightweight.
Man.
Yeah.
Everybody's leaving.
Yeah, he's not like he's doing shit.
Lucy, you got a buddy.
He's like, I gotta go to sleep so I can get up and take a nap.
Look. Well, that's not the other cat. Pablo,
right?
This is the kitty that got shot. And
oh no!
She's doing very well.
Oh, good.
That's good.
That's
she
cute.
Still has her tail. Still has her leg here.
Oh, good. Gogo says Omega was his favorite run.
Oh, there's another cat. Shit. I don't have cats.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't. I used to have a cat for many years.
Beauty.
Yes.
Malakai Faye, I used to be on the early shows. You could hear her meow, but it was before we were in video. Where was I? Patrick says, "Stop embarrassing Geraldine right now!" Exclamation mark.
Oh shit! He's gonna take us out.
Urias Tosh, my girlfriend calls Naito Japanese trailer trash. Totally sums up Naito, who is great stuff. And then Patrick says, Geraldine looks like a model to me. Man. Patrick Howe. All right. Christian Lexar, I'm sorry. I don't want to break kayfabe. He wants to know, do you think that The Undertaker should return to WWE this Sunday to redo his farewell speech in front of a crowd? I don't think he should have done the farewell speech when they didn't have a crowd. You should have saved her for when they had the crowd. It would have been a much cooler moment.
Yeah, it would have been. Kind of sucks that You did it then.
Oh yes, I used to be able to do a good Paul Bear, but my voice is shot. Can't do it anymore. What was that crap on Jack's pancakes? And did he still eat it? It wasn't mine. It was an ad from the 50s. It was an ad from the 1950s that I shared.
I was like, what the fuck is that? It looks like throw up on the
it was nasty.
What the hell?
It was this old recipe. It was like cream chicken on pancakes.
It's like biscuits and soup.
Yeah,
What
but
do you
it
guys call it?
It didn't look good. It didn't look good.
It was disgusting.
There was another one. It was from the 50s. It was waffles, and then you took tuna, like canned tuna, chopped olives, and cream of mushroom soup, and mix it up. They ate some nasty stuff in the 50s. That's all I'm gonna say. Back when Vic was a young man, that's what they were eating.
Maybe from another country here, it's so weird what you guys eat. Like you guys eat bread every day, every time in every meal, and potatoes. That is like a thing.
Bread.
Bread and potato.
Bread and potatoes every time. Every meal. I mean, there's veggies and other things, but everywhere you go is mashed potatoes.
Not me. I do know people that do steak and potatoes, kind of. That's how my mom is. She likes steak and potatoes.
No, but every day, like seriously,
I'm with you. I'm eating Brussels sprouts. And
why you eat potatoes and bread every day? I don't get it.
To get all those carbs, I don't.
Because it's good.
That makes you fat, like really fat.
Good.
I'm
a potato.
I don't eat bread and pasta. Just every once in a while.
I'm foreign, so
I lost most of my weight with not eating the carbs.
There's like a substitute that people use for pasta. I think it was like
I use a lot of cauliflower.
Something like they would string.
It's like I make my tacos in the in lettuce. It's very good.
Lettuce. Looks good.
Yeah, it honestly tastes very good.
String. I think it was some like.
Well, a lot of the keto wraps are just big giant pieces of cheese, which I don't think could be particularly good for you either. But
yeah, I forget what it was. It was like some cauliflower or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, I like cauliflower too. But a lot of that stuff where it's cauliflower in the dough, it really has just as much carbs as just the dough and stuff.
It was something that they would like string.
I do like rice cauliflower.
Make it. I forget. I have to watch it.
I think it's squash.
Squash string.
Squash.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Spaghetti squash.
Yeah,
yeah, it's very good. I make zucchini and carrot noodles when I do pasta instead of pasta.
Sounds interesting.
Here, I'll show you a picture if you guys want to see. I know everyone's dying to see it.
Hell yeah!
What the cook?
Kind of looks like Jonathan Jackson has like angel wings.
That's because he's my baby. He's my angel.
Oh
shit! Yeah. You see the wings? I got to cover it up.
Oh.
You're not supposed to know my secret.
Do you look at this? Here's some. This is made by me. We got some eggplant parm over some zucchini.
No, eggplant. No.
Eggplant
that is
delicious.
You know what? That would be good with Jack. A big old root beer. That's what.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. No.
A big old root beer.
No.
Yeah.
Eggplants are not meant to be eaten by people.
Have you ever had a root beer float,
delicious.
Geraldine?
Yes, once, and it was disgusting.
Oh man.
How can you not like eggplant? You're just saying about all these Americans eating their potatoes and bread, and then you're up there, hey, don't be eating the eggplant. I'm saying expand your horizons and eat some eggplant.
No, thank you. I am good.
No eggplants.
It's good.
No eggplant emojis
My mother
either.
used to cook that. I don't like it.
It's delicious.
No,
You gotta, if it's a big eggplant, you gotta get rid of the bitterness. So you gotta put some salt on it for like an hour. So then you bake it, and it gets you gotta get the moisture out. Telling you, it's delicious. I'm half Italian, not all Italian.
It's
Like
good in the garbage.
no, eggplant is delicious. You just gotta know how to serve it. But if you get the smaller eggplants, like fairy tale eggplant and graffiti eggplant, the small ones, they don't have the bitterness, so you don't have to worry about that.
No,
just
I'm
score
good.
it. Put some rosemary on that, some sea salt, put it in the oven, and the inside will get all soft and buttery, and then the outsides get crispy. Delicious.
Geraldine's not having it. She said, "Get that crap out of here."
I'll make you some. I'll change your mind.
Oh, really?
You got to do it. You got to change your mind.
Exactly. What TV shows, movies, and TV game shows Jack want to play as a slot machine at the casino? I do enjoy the slot machines that are themed after like movie. Like they have a lot of James Bond ones that are fun, and Game of Thrones and stuff like that. They're good times. I like that kind of stuff. I like a Monopoly actually, because I'm a big Monopoly fan. I used to collect Monopolies. So, but one thing I've never seen, and I'm a big fan of chess, so I would like to see a chess slot machine.
A chess slot.
Whoa! I was the 6th grade chess club champion. I'll let you know.
Oh, really?
Pretty spectacular stuff there.
Yeah, that's hot.
4-move checkmate. But I went undefeated in a 6th grade chess club.
Undefeated.
Shit. It's true. It's not lies like intro will tell you. This is all true here.
That is.
And didn't you quit because the teacher was beating you?
No. What happened? I thought you meant like you was beating the shit out of me. But in the 6th grade, he was a female teacher in 6th grade. But then, so 6th grade, no issues. In high school, though, well, they didn't have it all in junior high, 7th and 8th grade. High school, they had chess clubs. So I went there, and it was literally one other kid in the class. It was me, one kid, and the teacher, Mr. Rose. I'll say his name. And so it was awkward because it's like I'm just playing this one guy, this one other kid. He was like 4 years old. He was like a senior, and I was like a freshman. And
he beat you up?
No, I beat him. He sucked, but he was kind of a bully. Actually, he'd hit me in the arm and stuff. But so anyway, I went there one day and I just played this kid, and we just played over and over, and I beat him. It was really not very exciting. And so then the next time I went, he didn't show up. So it was just me and Mr. Rose. And then it was like super awkward because it's just me and this like, middle-aged dude who had this giant comb over. He had multiple jobs at town. He was a substitute teacher, and he ran the chess club, and he was actually a grocery bagger at our grocery store, and he also worked at a comic book shop.
He was a nerd.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so one time he had this really obvious comb over. And when we'd see him like outside of school, sometimes it would blow in the wind. And it would be like strike way over here.
That's so funny.
It was not good. And he carried a portable chess club, portable chess in his pocket. So it was like a little.
That's not nerd.
Little one. He'd open it up, and he would recreate famous chess Napoleonic chess matches. So it was like Napoleon versus whoever, and he would recreate them, which I never quite understood. He'd set it up, and then I guess they recorded all their moves, so he would recreate them. And I don't understand who would enjoy this, like king to rook 9 and blah blah blah. And so he'd recreate. So I don't know, but anyway, so I was there the one day, and he beat me honestly, but he's also 45, and I'm like, I don't know, 14 or something. And then he was trying to, he gave me some advice. He always like, you don't want to leave your. He told me I left most of my. This is true. It was one of my drawbacks. I'd usually try to beat people with the least amount of my pieces up front. No one needs to know all this. No one really cares. But he's like, that's a mistake. You want to move as much people out because it leaves you open if they have all your pieces in the back. But anyway, so he did give me some advice. But then I didn't show up anywhere because it was very awkward, just me and this one dude. And then I found out from the other kid, he said, when I didn't show up anymore, he said, oh, it's because he doesn't like to get beat. He doesn't like to lose. And so he doesn't want to come to, and none of that was true. It was very awkward. It was just me and the teacher. But then it's even messed. I didn't think too much at the time. I just thought, well, it was just weird. I don't want to just hang, especially when you're like 13, you want to hang out with like this 45-year-old dude after school. You just feel strange. And but then now I think about it, it was kind of weird that he was like trash talking me to the other student in the class, like saying I just didn't want to lose. I couldn't. I was afraid of losing and was a sore loser. And
nobody wants to hang out with a 45-year-old.
No, if there's a bunch of other kids there, it's not as weird, because he got the teacher. He's explaining everybody. It's just me and this old man who I'm 45 now. Like I'm 45 now. I'm not going to go hang out with a 13-year-old.
You can give him some good advice though.
Like a weirdo.
This was before
I'm
internet
not gonna
chess.
hang out with a 45-year-old.
No internet chess back then.
There was no internet chess, but there was video chess because 6th grade is really the year I peaked because I won chess club and I won my first computer. And this was 1988. Not everyone had a computer. And so 19.
I was like, how old I was in that?
This was like the computers were just there. I knew one other guy
in kindergarten
computer. And he had a monochrome, so had the two colors. It was Computer Magic, and they were giving away. It was a big deal. They're giving away the Vendex Head Start system, which King Kong Bundy used to advertise. They're like, it's so simple, even this idiot. Well, he said this wrestler can use it, King Kong Bundy. And I told my mom, because to enter you had to bring your report card, and for every A you had, you got an entry into win.
How many do you had?
I had 17. It was third semester. I had 17 A's. I remember that. I still have the report card actually upstairs.
Oh,
and so I told my mom, I was like, they're giving this away Saturday, whatever the date was. Make sure you're home so we could go pick up the computer. And she kept telling me, oh, Neil, don't get your hopes up because your odds of winning are really bad. I was like, no, I'm gonna win. And Saturday, that day they called me up. Boom, I won. Went down, picked up the Vendex Head Start system, and had your choice of one educational software and one game. And I got I think it was King's. No, I think I got King's Quest later. I think the game I got was World Games, which is kind of like track and field for the Nintendo, but World Games had like log rolling and cliff diving, all stuff. They got that, and it was a real early version. It wasn't called, I don't think it was called Photoshop, but it was like an early version of that, but it was really not good. But so I got those two and brought home. And so anyway, mine had a CGA monitor, which was 4 colors, which was like huge at the time. 4 colors, because the only other kid I knew who had a computer had the monochrome, which was I think monochrome is actually 1 color, but it was 2 colors, the black and I think it was like a yellow. And so it was like, whoa, I got this friggin', and it came with a printer, which was pretty big at the time to have a home printer. That printer still worked when I got rid of it many years later, but it was the dot matrix where you had to have the paper with the holes. And I got rid of it thinking, well, I'm never gonna use that. But that printer worked for like 20 years, I'll say. It might have still worked today if I kept it. Every printer I ever got after that friggin' shits the bed after a little while. But they used to make stuff to last. Now they make stuff not to last. So you keep buying it. But anyway, 6th grade, I won my own computer. And it was a good time. I remember playing those games. People remember.
After that, do you keep the A's or not?
King's Quest, Leisure Suit Larry, and those kind of games. What I remember about them, they'd come with like 25 1/4 floppy drives, discs. And you'd sit there and it'd be like, and every time you did something, like, put in disc 6, and like so you have to take the disc out and put in disc 6, and you wait for it to load, and then you do so put in disc 13, and you have to keep changing it. And then the first King's Quest was a pain in the ass. You'd have to like type get the table, and then like because I'm a kid, I put in like I don't know, kick his ass, and it'll be like that's a naughty wizard. If you put in a bad word, but sometimes you wouldn't even know exactly what something was. So you type it and it's like, they don't know what you mean. It's like, well, I don't know. It's a rock, or you had to keep trying to figure out exactly what the term was. But those games, they were very fun. They'd probably be awful now if I tried to play them. But what were you about to say? I'm sorry to go on a big tangent.
Did you kept the A's, or when you kept going up grade or not?
Oh no. So you mean like it was third semester of the 6th grade. So it had the A's for first semester, second semester.
Yeah, but I mean, you kept your grades on other grades.
Oh, actually also in the 6th. So the 6th grade, I won chess club. I won the computer, and I also got it's a signed certificate from Ronald Reagan for maintaining an A average throughout all of elementary school.
And then what happened on 7th grade?
I was actually in the
honor circle.
Honor, yeah, for the first couple of years, but then after a while, I started. I still did well in school, but I started playing a lot of D&D outside of class and not worrying so much about getting straight A's and stuff. But I always excelled in math and science. I was in advanced placement, computer programming, and physics and calculus. All of which are pretty much all of which are completely worthless in life. But home economics, sewing, and cooking, very valuable in life.
I didn't got that. I never went to that.
All right. Well, I'm sure that was very fascinating for everybody, but I enjoyed talking about it. But here I am in 6th grade chess club.
Oh, cute.
That's me in the yellow shirt and these checkerboard shorts, which are pretty styling.
Yeah.
Look at these cool. It's hard to see because I know it's very small, but look at those really cool kids here. All very you can't call these guys nerds. Look at them enter. Forget your London versus WV. These guys would kick everyone's ass down here. There I am in the back.
Where are the AEW shirts?
Not around yet. I did have a Macho Man shirt around that. I remember I wore it was that pink Macho Man shirt.
So pickles.
Pickles!
Cucumber factory or something.
It's all about the pickles.
Uriah says in Turkey they eat bread or yogurt with every meal.
I want to work there.
Forestdale Custodian says, for me, the pay-per-view was 10 out of 10. I loved it. Patrick Howell. Oh, by the way, they actually showed the pay-per-view at AMC theaters, which was very cool. I think that would have been a fun experience. I didn't even realize I could have went to see it, and I would have got it free with my MC Stubbs Club. I pay $20 a month, and I get to see 3.
I'm getting distracted by those pickles.
I know how to get Geraldine going here. Let's whip out the pickle. Patrick Howe wants to know, what is Geraldine's favorite Christmas movie?
I think it's that one, Black Christmas, is it called? The one that they had the serial killer kill everybody and shit.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
The plastic over the face.
Yes.
Some hardcore stuff. Beer and milk should never go together, Patrick Howell says.
Beer and what?
Milk.
Oh, look at pickles.
Urius Todd says, I was been born in 1988. Jack is an old fucking piece of shit.
Wow.
Oh, he didn't add that last part. I kind of read between the lines.
Oh.
When I was a kid, I won midnight showing tickets of Star Wars off the radio. Very exciting. All right. That was story time with Jack. All right. But yeah, then my whole life was downhill after 88, though. It's a peak of my existence. And
He
it's
went
all
downhill.
been downhill after that. Yeah.
Did
Peak when I was
D&D
12.
ruin your life?
D&D ruined my life. I'd sit in study hall writing up modules to play with my buddies after school. Very cool kid. It's into pro wrestling and D&D and obscure horror films. Now that would be cool. Now it's cool to be a nerd.
It's hip
Hell
to be
yeah.
square.
Hey, I've been a nerd for like all my life.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, we played a lot of board games, role-playing games, board games. Good time. El Cucaracho. When Incher watches New Japan Pro Wrestling, does he turn Japanese?
Yep.
Nope, I stay American.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. That actually means you're having an orgasm.
Oh my.
It's
What?
true. That song, I think I'm turning Japanese. It means like your eyes kind of go back in your head and like you're. Honestly, that's what it's supposed to do.
Ay, Dios mío.
I really think so.
Lexar, when will Jack find himself to watch a few episodes of the Ellen DeGeneres show before she's off there? Never,
Yeah.
Lexar. Fuck. That's why he's gonna go to bed so he can get up early to watch bullshit like
Mhm.
Ellen DeGeneres and The View. Fuck all that, Lexar. Stay up until the wee hours of the morning with all of us to talk about the wrestling. Not Ellen DeGeneres and The View. You're not a 50-year-old woman. What the hell are you doing? Fuck. Owl, would Incher rather answer 100 Nikhil questions in a row or hug Magic Johnson covered in barbed wire?
I guess I'd have to answer the 100 questions by Nikhil.
Has Incher ever been so happy he threw up all over his tits?
No.
If you didn't understand the reference, it was Aaliyah's debut on SmackDown, and she literally just threw up all over her chest. It was pretty nasty.
Like that? Was that on camera?
Yeah. It was live. I saw the clip of it.
Oh, I didn't notice.
So it would have been more accurate if they had kicked her off the Survivor Series team for throwing up or something.
You're right. Right. I guess I feel bad for the. I hope Jackson here is excited to be on In Your Head. I hope he don't throw up all of himself.
What the background is. No.
If Incher had to shit really bad, but walked into this bathroom and found Jack on the toilet opposite of him, would he sit on the other toilet or would he do the deed in his pants?
He sat across from the other toilet.
I wouldn't have any trouble. I just sit right down.
It's not very private.
No, but what do I care?
I have an idea. So what if we do this, Incher? Then we get put a table here in the middle, play some Connect 4.
Yeah.
Or you both can just leave Upper Deckers.
Or we could just play some Connect 2.
Then Jackson walks in and does the waffle stomp.
Oh, disgusting.
Chinese checkers. That's good. That's good. I never really liked Chinese checkers, honestly, but I'm up for it. I like any kind of board game. If we're gonna be a while, we can break out the Monopoly.
You want to play the Ouija board?
There you go. We'd have to put our hands.
Hell, let's just bring out
like
the
playing
Twister.
a game.
I have
Twister, yeah.
Shitter Twister.
I have the planchette here, but I don't see it. That's kind of freaky, isn't it? My Ouija board planchette disappeared. Actually,
I have a pocket-sized chess game, and I've been looking for it, but I don't know where the hell it's at. So I wanted to pull it out and be like, "Is this the chess set that he had?" From the
How long do
store?
I leave these up? These are real gourds. Should I leave? I've
them.
left.
They're pleasure gourds. You're not supposed to eat them.
Well, that's right.
Oh, I didn't
They're ribbed for
know
her.
that. What?
I think everybody understood what Jonathan Jackson was saying, Jack. You didn't have to go like the extra mile there.
I think
Thank
everyone's
you.
approved. I think Geraldine enjoyed it.
What?
Tyler Steven wants to know, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
That's ice
I
cream?
would.
Mhm.
What flavor?
I think Klondike bars only have one. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
no.
No, they have some different.
That has
flavors.
double chocolate, dark chocolate, mint,
What's wrong with it?
Napolitan, Kit Kat flavor, the mint one. And
Well, do they have a pickle one for you?
I wish.
The pickle flavor. I'm not gonna lie,
Pickle
Klondike
and
bars
ice.
just taste disgusting to me. I don't know what they make their ice cream out of, but it's just nasty.
I haven't had one for decades, probably. So I don't know. But what would I do for one? I'd rip Incher's throat out.
Oh,
You look at all those pickles.
Like when the pickles is pouring out, I was kind of scared for Jonathan. I thought they would clobber him and he'd fall into the pickles.
just bathing in the pickles here.
Mhm.
Mm.
When I made my
I expect Walkie to peek around the corner at any minute because he works in a pickle factory. At least he did.
Who does?
William
used to
Walkie.
be, a longtime caller on the show. He hasn't called in for many years. William Walker. Yeah, he packs pickles.
Oh,
He
really?
works for Vlasic.
Ooh. That'd be a
When
good
I was
one.
in LA, when I was doing the movie, and so we all stayed in the house together for 7 days while I filmed it. And one of the actresses, originally I was going to cook for everyone, but one of the actresses kind of took over, and she said it was a thing she learned, I think from her mom or something, and it was just a real simple. You take the chicken and you marinate it in pickle juice for like a few hours, and then for the fried chicken, and it didn't taste like pickle, but it really tenderized it and gave it a nice, a little bit of salt flavor. It's very good.
I want that.
All right, Intra, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
I would probably mow your lawn.
Whoa, is that a euphemism?
No, it's just I'd go outside and mow your lawn.
Urias Tosh says he misses Evil East.
Evil East. Yeah.
Golgo 13 says Jack's bouncing baby boy walkie. And
Miss
Urias
Lord.
Tosh says he feels like Jonathan Jackson is trapped in an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Could be.
Now it's time for Nikhil question. Up in the His first question of 57. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
He wants to know. No, I'm just kidding. He wants to know our predictions for Survivor Series. So here we go. Team Raw, which is Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory, versus Team SmackDown of Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Happy Corbin, and to be announced with Madcap Moss. Who the fuck is Madcap Moss?
some dude from NXT.
Well, I think they're gonna win because they got Madcap.
I think SmackDown will win it.
Yep, they got to be announced.
The TBA is
Mhm.
pretty sweet.
Yep.
Happy fucking Corbin.
It's not gonna be Austin Theory, that piece of shit. So
all the people they fire, but they still friggin' push Happy Corbin.
so annoying. I mean, like, why?
I don't know. Pushing and pulling, probably.
Oh my.
Enter. Who do you want to win? You going Raw? I know you like it Raw.
I'll go
Don't you-
SmackDown.
I go SmackDown.
I was going SmackDown too. Vic,
I say Raw.
Steven would go Raw if he was here. Jonathan Jackson.
Again, they got TBA, so it's SmackDown.
TBA. The women's Survivor Series is Team Raw, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina versus Team SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi Blackheart. I guess they dropped Blackheart. She's just Shotzi, Natalia, and TBA making a second appearance on the show.
Oh, hell
Both
yeah.
the men
And
and the
this
women.
one is kind of like this.
Until TBA pops up.
Yeah. So who's gonna be TVA? Tony Storm?
Evilise. No, I don't know.
I'm gonna go
I
with SmackDown
wish.
on this one too.
I agree.
I seen Mercedes Martinez in TNA. It was sad.
Yeah. Did she get hurt in like WWE and they let her
Well,
go?
she got fired, but now she challenged Mickey James for the title.
Ah,
It was just boring.
that's not good. I'd say SmackDown on this one too.
Smack down that ass. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte. I know I'm all going all SmackDown, which probably won't happen, but I like Charlotte.
I'll say Charlotte too.
Anyone else? I know Jackson, he's been following the storyline very well.
Yep. Charlotte, she's very difficult to work with, so she's going to make it even harder when she wins.
Hey, she's going to shoot pin Becky. Vic?
Make it unanimous. I think Charlotte.
Big E versus Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Roman.
My heart's with
Roman.
Big E.
Yeah, but you know Roman Reigns.
I know he's gonna.
Roman.
But I'm gonna go with my heart and say I know I'm not gonna be right, but my heart's with Big E.
Roman.
Unless Brock shows up and F5's Roman.
Yeah.
And then Big E steals the pin.
I'm a Big E man. Me and Big E in the bootio.
Then Brock Lesnar needs to be suspended for longer. if that
Yeah.
happens.
Oh,
And he needs another $1 million fine.
Yeah.
Jackson.
I don't know. That Brock Lesnar thing kind of threw me for a loop. So if that happens, well, no. Let's just go purely match based, say no interference. It's going to Roman Reigns.
RK Bro, Randy Orton and Riddle versus the Usos.
My baby Randy's gonna win it.
I like Usos. I'm going the
No,
Usos.
no,
I
no.
fucking hate Riddle.
I
Riddle.
love Randy.
The Riddle level.
I cannot support Riddle.
Yeah,
I
I
love
think I
Randy.
side with Jack on this one as well. He brings up good points.
No.
Usos.
Usos!
Randy.
Us!
Well, no, I don't think the Usos and Reigns will win at the same time. So I think RK Bro might pull it off.
Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Damian Priest.
Why?
'Cause
Hurricane,
one's the
like
US
me.
champ and one's the Intercontinental champ.
Really?
Both look good.
He don't draw back the bow though anymore, does he?
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah,
I'm gonna go Damian Priest, so to make Geraldine happy.
Damian Priest
Aw.
just because Bad Bunny.
I
I'm gonna
love
say-
I'm
that.
not a Nakamura fan, to be honest.
I'm going to say Shinsuke Nakamura.
I love Nakamura, but making him lost this past week, it was sad.
He's with Rick Boogs.
Rick Boo.
Vic,
Like I see him losing, I was like, why? Why do you lose to that? Like seriously. No.
Vic, are you going Nakamura or Damian Priest?
I probably would go Damian Priest, but this may be the one match in the whole night worth watching.
The one.
Because
We're
We're
of
gonna watch that
Boogs.
at work.
I'll send you a spoilers. Well, you
Hell yeah.
like that. Yeah. Favorite memories or matches of Jay Lethal?
None.
I honestly did get a kick out of his segment with Ric Flair. It was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty good in TNA.
I've
His
always
Black
liked him.
Machismo.
Yeah.
He's
I
had some
think-
pretty good matches in ROH. I can't really just give it one.
I am
Hard to say
happy
just
for him.
one.
I'm looking forward to this.
AEW needs to hire the Briscoes brothers.
I would like to see that as well. You get a lot of dream matches.
Yes.
Do you think it was the right decision to give Hangman the title? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think considering that Kenny was hurt, he needed to take a break, and Hangman seemed like he was the best person. To put it on.
I think you got to take advantage of the momentum, and he's up there. Go for it. Do it up. That's why Jackson's wearing the bandana, his support of the Hangman.
Yeah, actually, I thought they blew it with him when he lost it the first time, but they redeemed it. It was a pretty good match and it was well deserved.
I carry a hanky on me, so I'm gonna put mine on too. Mine's not a red one. I've got like a purple tie dye. I don't know what that means on the hanky code, but probably some weird stuff.
It means you in everything.
What happens when AEW runs out of incredible shows full of great moments and tremendous stories?
It's never gonna run out.
Yeah, why does it have to run out?
Yeah.
The idea is not to run out.
That's when they sell to WWE.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep bringing new people and like
I agree.
I
Don't
don't
need to
know.
run out.
I don't know what happened with Darby Allin though. Where did he go?
Oh, he was on the pay-per-view versus MJF. It was really good.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
there. He won.
Now
too.
he's just
No, he actually lost.
Yeah, but it was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
When AEW started, you ever think Hangman Page was championship material?
yeah,
No,
he was
actually,
hot.
I didn't think he was. I thought he
He
was,
was
over.
cute. I thought he was cute, and I thought he should have the belt. Yeah.
He was pretty hot, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was particular. I
That ass,
also think he really picked up his game.
Yeah, I
in-
didn't know who he was when he,
Yeah, I only knew him just from the show. I didn't know him.
That ass.
he's
He's got a better
probably.
accent than me.
Oh man,
When I went to the live show, I know he was way over. So you push
you
the
did
guy,
go
you
over
push the
that.
guys who are over.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So,
do it up. Have you seen the Eternals? I
No.
did.
No.
yeah.
Did not particularly care for it. But I'm not a good one to ask. I see basically every film released. I saw a Bollywood movie in the theater. My first time seeing a Bollywood movie. I have to say it was a very fun experience.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre. In the middle of like there's like all this violence, they just break into a song and dance. It's pretty sweet. It was kind of weird though, because they had like this like fake torture scene that's played for laughs. The main guy was like pretending to torture the bad guy's daughters, but he was really just whipping a chair and like having these other two girls scream. And so then the guy's like, oh, and so he gives them the information. And then the next stuff is this guy suicide bombs himself. And they're like, oh, you forgot to tell him it was a joke that is you weren't really beating his daughters. And I was like, what the fuck kind of movie is this?
What?
Yeah, this was like comedy to Indians, I guess. It was very weird because I'm laughing my ass off at the weird action and stuff that's supposed to be dramatic. And then no one else is because I was the only white guy there. And then like they'd be just doing stuff that I thought was like serious or something, and the crowd just laughing their ass off. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm going to WrestleMania 38 in Dallas. I'll be visiting South Fork Ranch. Any favorite memories of the show Dallas? I've never watched Dallas.
I'm going to bed.
Me either.
I was a fan.
Come on, you're calling.
I'm tapping out on this one. Nikhil,
You're not going to go visit Nikhil when he comes to the United States?
I guess, whatever.
Oh my god.
Man, what kind?
Sure.
This is not role model material.
Well,
Going to sleep in the middle of our own show.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
He's only got 20 more questions. No, he's got 15 more. No,
15 more.
13 more.
A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked the last episodes of the first run of Dallas.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
I thought it was real. I thought it was pretty good.
Intra's going to binge watch it. That's why he's trying to get out of here.
Yeah, I need to go watch it.
Paul Rudd was voted sexiest man alive. Do you agree?
Yes.
No, I think I was robbed. I want to recount.
He's really
Rudd.
hot.
The guy from what?
He's
Ant-Man?
not. His personality makes him hot.
That's the guy from
Talking about me or
Halloween
Ant?
6.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
Who in the
Yeah,
hell
no.
conducted this? What?
I don't get it either. I mean, but
Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I
I'm
think me and
sorry.
Jackson, we could beat this fucker.
Paul Rudd. Wow. I've never seen a Paul Rudd movie that I've liked.
Put,
Wow.
put those pickles back in there.
Not for Paul Rudd. That guy sucks.
No, I just wanted to see them.
Cody Rhodes told Busted Open Radio he was removing himself from Twitter due to sniping and negativity.
He's just a pussy.
Yeah, you can't call yourself the bully. He's this guy. I watched him back in the 90s. He'd be in the ring and he'd tell, hey, your mother taught you how to suck cock or something. And now he's like, oh my God, the internet. They said
He's just a pussy. Pussy.
Yeah,
Pussy.
they call me a poopy head. I'm getting out of here.
Go cry in the corner. I'll drown him on pickle juice.
Oh, I thought it said Bully Ray. It said Cody Rhodes, but no, whatever.
It's Cody Rhodes.
Whatever. That's good enough. answer.
It's Andrade's assistant Jose's birthday today. What are your favorite memories of Jose?
What? Who?
Now
This-
that's
Who the hell is Jose?
He's Andrade's assistant.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
how is
What?
he not healing us with these questions? Like
Like
I mean-
healing our souls?
no. I mean, honestly, these
Have
are
you
the
seen
worst
the film?
questions.
Have you seen the film Idle Hands?
Yes.
Oh my God! Goodbye.
How did you react when you saw the Radicals in the crowd on Raw in January 2000? That was a pretty big moment.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was amazed that WCW let him go.
Yeah, I agree. It's looking back, it was kind of the death of WCW, really. Even though not necessarily the top guys, but it's like, it's like the heart of the show. With thoughts on NXT moving from PG to TV 14.
I want to see blood.
Doesn't it seem more? It seems like I'll say this. I don't think the rating of a show really matters that much. You can have a fun show, an entertaining show that's PG, and you can have a terrible show that's rated R or something.
The rated R superstar.
Now that Kenny Omega lost the title, what would you say his next feud is with? I think he's going to be off TV for a little while, and then he'll come back, and they're going to start to tease the feud.
He's gonna feud the Dark Order.
Could be
Maybe John Silver, is it the name?
the little dude.
Yeah.
Pretty
why
jacked. He's over. I think you could make him into a star.
Mm-hmm.
Any memories of the Carlito feud with John Cena in 2004 for the U.S. title?
Good times. I miss Carlito. Like he was I thought he was gonna stay last time that they bring him back, and what the fuck?
I spit on the people who don't want to be cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you eat a lot of apples in Puerto Rico?
No.
I eat an apple a day. When did you watch any matches of Hangman Page before he was in AEW? I did not.
This mother.
Incher just brought the GTA series remastered on the PS5. It's GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Which one is your favorite? We don't know because he went to bed because he's a bitch.
Wow.
Look at the pickles. I think it's interesting that Jackson just happens to have like all these pickle videos on his computer. We know what he's watching tonight. Any thoughts on the wrestling move, the power bomb? A big fan of the power bomb.
I'll power bomb.
Whoa!
Yes.
All right, I'll get my head
Power
between
bomb.
both legs.
All right, look at this asshole right here. First off, all right, because I'm pissed now. The guy clearly stole my haircut, so he's trying to be me, and he was voted this ghoulish looking fiend right here was voted the sexiest man. Excuse me.
He's hot.
All right, shit.
He does not get my penis erect.
Hey,
I'll be on
man,
record
shit,
here.
if he's hot, just wait until I make it in Hollywood. Shit, I mean, hey,
I'm with Jack. Jackson's a hot man.
just wait until I make it in Hollywood. Then let's say that. Then everyone's gonna be like, "You're trying to be like Paul Rudd," and I'm like, "You fucking assholes."
Have you had JR's barbecue sauce? I have. It's actually tasty.
No.
It's not in local stores, unfortunately.
I will say the first time I had it, it was a fraud. We were at Fan Fest, and they said it was this event. Sauce it with first it was billed as it was outside barbecue, and Jim Ross was barbecuing the meat and all this bullshit. So it was raining, so it went inside, and he wasn't even there. There was just the barbecue from the hotel. And they supposedly had JR's barbecue sauce in it. They just roll the meat in after it's cooked. It was a lie because they had a big thing there sitting there, right? That they're pouring the barbecue sauce out of, and it was just a big generic thing that said barbecue sauce that they used at the hotel. It was a bunch of bullshit. And Jim Ross walked in like halfway in and like, hey, everybody, and then walked out, and that was it. And it was like $50. Right? It was somebody. Then you had to pay for the barbecue on top of it.
But you know something? I work in a lot of factories, and sometimes the expensive one is the same as the cheap one.
Oh, well, that is very true because the generic brands are actually brand names. Because think about it. If your local supermarket doesn't make everything in the world, they don't have a barbecue plant, a ketchup plant, a pharmacy. Well, they have a pharmacy, but they don't make all the stuff. That's why it says comparable.
There's why you cannot have a cell phone at Welch.
All
because
that stuff. It's really some other brand name.
Yeah. I worked for an ice cream factory here. This was many friggin' years ago. And they made the expensive ass one. What was it? They make Häagen-Dazs and they make the cheap ass one. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Exactly the same shit.
What?
Yep.
This whole time I've been paying for the same shit. No, I don't really buy ice cream that much. I'm not a Häagen-Dazs guy, but yeah.
I was sad. I was like, these.
So they do. They just take like the leftovers, and they're like, yeah, all right, put that shit in the other
It's not leftover. It when you work in a place like that,
with different places, and you know
they do orders that if one goes to Wegmans, you know, they're a little bit more expensive, so they make a better batch for them than if it was going to Walmart. But it's the same thing. Yeah.
So they just put more salt into the great value. Like, we got them.
The quality is different, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Favorite Crispin Glover film?
Who is that?
I only remember him from Back to the Future, so I don't know.
I like him in the Willard remake. Owl, should we doubt everything Jack says? No, bitch. You should take everything I say as gospel. Because I'm the most honest man in all podcasting. Stephen Butler, name your Survivor Series Headyverse team. I think it's right here. We're taking on the world here. Boom.
Yep, we survived. Everyone else fell asleep like bitches.
Right. These four and our secret TBA.
There you go.
Yep.
Hopefully not Tazo.
No, I quit. I'll walk out of that team.
Was Specs on the last black person intraphysically touched?
Yeah.
But he's touched Jackson's heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it.
It's the end of Nikhil's question. Now the other 50 million.
No, we already did. We actually finished Nikhil and Crispin Glover. Then the next were a few from other people.
Oh, cool.
Well, that was fun. I had a good time. It's good to see everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna get myself some pickles. Take some pictures for Geraldine. Maybe some pickle videos.
Yep.
Oh man, we've seen some areola here from Jackson.
Sponsor of Spotify.
Well, let me check to see if we've been accepted yet to Spotify.
After that heart from me, yeah, they better.
Oh. Let's see here. I don't see anything yet. No, nothing yet, but they also have not said no. So get away. It did take a little while for Without Your Head to get okay. So we'll find out. All right. Don't forget, subscribe here on YouTube. Hit the bell icon so you get all notifications. Also subscribe to iTunes. I started updating it. By next week, they'll all be up to date. Well, up to date for the last few years. The older ones will take a little while. So subscribe on Spotify, subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform. Come and join the group on Facebook. And if you would like to, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, you could donate to the website to help pay for all these archiving. It's not like huge money, but it would help out.
For my makeup.
Yeah. So boom. And eat some pickles.
Donate to pay for my tattoos.
Whoa. Are you going to you should get Neil in a heart tattoo.
Sure.
All right. I'm all for this. Where's a good place for it? I could think of a couple.
I could think of a couple too.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm for this. All right, let's do it up. We'll all get matching Neil and a heart tattoos. It'd be kind of weird for me, but what the hell? All right.
You love yourself as well.
Exactly. Until next week, this is In Your Head. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Good night.